chat going. That's yeah.
Yeah.
Keep the
Yeah.
people.
All right.
Hey, Carl, we're
Awesome.
going live right now.
Tell Carla.
All right.
All right.
Oh man. Yeah.
We're live. It's real. Hey, welcome back to Difficult Terrain. This is episode 7 of our 8-episode first season. We hope that everyone is enjoying it. I am Adam DeLeo, one of the co-dungeon masters, and with me tonight is Maximilian Clark.
That's me.
Maximilian, tell everybody, not only are you a player in the game, voicing not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 different characters, you also had another role in the creation of this show. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Oh yeah. So my company, Punching Up Productions, came on, and especially after our webcam disaster struck, we came in and helped. I mean, like we'd help with like the sound design and with the lights, and then once it was all wrapped up, I took charge of the editing.
You sure did, and I cannot. I'm just going to turn the air conditioner off there. I can't stress enough how much work Maximilian put into this, and Punching Up Productions. If it were not for them, the show that you're watching would not be nearly as enjoyable. Also, all the awesome trailers that we put out, those were all Maximilian's work, and just he makes it look easy. So thank you so much for that, Maximilian. Really awesome work.
No problem. Actually, it was fun for me because like I put, like, for instance, the title sequence together, and I actually did not know how to do that before I did it. So it was an opportunity for me to learn and practice my After Effects.
In that case, you're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
So tell everybody, what's your background? Where do you hail from? What are your bona fides?
Where do I hail from? Wait, let me just whip out my CV real fast.
Yeah.
No, I am a writer. I came to New York as a playwright, and I eased my way into like web content, video work, and I actually met Tom Woodley, who is your co-DM, in the film festival circuit, a lot of indie TV festivals, which is how I originally got involved. And yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you recently had an award-winning short film. Is that correct?
That is correct. We have a really cool horror short called Lose It, which takes that terrifying feeling when you can't find your keys and makes it into the scariest short film you will ever see.
It's really phenomenal. Actually, it's really a lot of fun. So if you get a chance, check out Lose It. So which of the, now we've met all four of your characters, and between all of them, which one would you say is your favorite?
I mean, probably Amethyst, just because Carla, who plays Jade, my sister on that, is my wife, and it's so much fun just like constantly like teasing her. And like I think inside of me has always been this catty 16-year-old girl, and it's my first time to actually just use, because I'm such a nice person. I can't say mean things, but I think them.
Yeah, I feel like you got away with a lot of things in character that might not in real life.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and Carla's obviously a champ about it too. I love that dynamic. I mean, like all my characters are like little slivers of my personality. Well, except for Maccabee. Maccabee's much cooler than I am, but I do now have a beard, so that's something.
Yeah, and it's uncanny how much Maccabee, and actually I think Theod as well, their illustrations look like you.
Yeah, and it's weird that they both look at me, but I am very much the bastard love child of Maccabee and Theod. This is without the artist ever seeing a picture of me.
Never saw you. It's actually quite uncanny.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So the last thing we have to talk about before we get going is our nonprofit partner for this series, the Roots Project, and we heart them. They are doing amazing work. And just to remind folks, or anybody who's new, the Roots Project is an immersive social justice and human relations experience for high school students. Every summer, they bring kids together from all walks of life for a residential program exploring equity, identity, and justice. Delegates to the program learn to challenge bias and oppression, They form bonds of community that shape them for the rest of their lives. The Roots Project believes that money should never be a barrier for kids that want to attend. And so they offer a sliding scale. And Roots is completely volunteer staffed. They are a registered 501c3 charity. And so any monies they collect go directly towards subsidizing room, board, and transportation for students who need financial assistance. They take no income. They're all volunteers, and they do incredible work. It's really remarkable. And we couldn't be prouder to partner with them in providing this enriching, educational, and fun transformative experience for the kids of today and the leaders of tomorrow. So for everyone who's watching, we have raised now, we're halfway to our goal of raising enough money to send one high school student to Project Roots over the summer, next summer, 2021, for free. So if we can put together another $350, we actually will have enough to send a kid to school for that camp. So if you've got a couple bucks that you don't necessarily need, don't go on a hunger strike or anything. There was some congressional candidate in Texas who was like, just don't eat and give me your money instead. We're not asking for that. But if you have the wherewithal to throw a few bucks their way, please go to inclusiveroots.org/donate. It's the best thing you could do with that extra $5, and it will really make a difference in someone's life. So,
yeah, no, and some people out there could stand to skip a meal to catch my meeting. Put it to a good cause.
You're talking about Jade. I see.
I'm just saying, they call it baby fat, but here it is lurking around into adolescence.
I keep waiting for Carla's fist to dive in from off screen,
Me too.
It's coming. All right, so let's see what happened last time. The van, serious trouble. We haven't seen the van for a full episode. We don't know what happened, but it was real bad. Oh, there it is. Oh my God. I can't wait to GIF that and make it a social media post. Yeah, she did. And that's recorded. That's on the internet. That's there forever. So, there are witnesses, dozens of them. Let's see, where else were the Wandertraps? The Wandertraps are getting closer to their goal. They're facing some monsters.
Oh yeah, there were all sorts of birds coming out, big angry looking birds.
Yeah, and then we didn't reveal this in the episode. Those monsters are snallygasters, which are not D&D 5e official. They are homebrewed. Tom came up with it, and I kind of built the stat block around Paratons. And they
wait, what's that name again? Snallygaster?
Snallygaster. It's like an American folklore thing. Bird, like a person-sized bird with a metal beak and razor-sharp teeth and lots of tentacles. So we'll see about that. The scouts are kind of just rocking and rolling. They've made it to Tourmaline. They fought some ballista, which we seem to insist on calling ballista.
Ballista.
Which is, I think it's like the Spanish pronunciation. Or
ballista.
Yeah. And then we have the town watch, who investigated some terrifying screams from a docked ship nearby and found a drunk person who they rescued and came back. And hopefully they don't feel too taxed from that, because I think they have some more stuff coming up soon.
Yeah. I think the scouts also discovered a pile of dead bodies.
They did. And I think it was actually, they were incinerated bodies. Is that right?
Yeah, they were burned. Yeah. And also, apparently, it would take us too long to clear out a river, but we almost did some just nice landscaping.
Yeah, no, you were thinking of dredging the river, I think, to get the floodgates working again. So maybe in season 2, we can spend a lot of time with some, like civic engineering or something like that.
I am so ready. I've learned so many cool animal facts for season 2. You don't even know.
Oh, I can't wait. All right, so with no further ado, here we go. Please enjoy episode 7 of Difficult Terrain. Thank you all, and we'll see you in chat.
Yeah, and see you after the show.
Yes, and please stick around after the show. Hello, yay!
Welcome back to Difficult Terrain, the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, actual play series where everything is 2 to 4 times harder than it needs to be. I am one of your dungeon masters, Adam DeLeo, and with me as always,
Tom Woodley.
and we are of course joined by our terrific cast. Starting around, we have Pontius Hans Odaga.
Morning.
We have Carla Lerner Montero.
Hello.
Soren Kissel.
Hey, welcome back.
Maximilian Clark.
I'm just an octopus.
And Danielle Cohn.
Good evening.
And we're about to say
what
that
time it is.
Maximilian's hat is back, so...
Wild shape hat, baby.
Man, that was crazy. We also, of course, want to thank our men behind the curtain. We have Hiram McLaren Becker of the Caring Collective. Who I had to drag out of bed this morning. We have David Haskell, our associate producer.
David.
And as we do every time, we want to thank our wonderful hosts. We are recording at the 20-sided store in Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
20-sided
store.
Really? 20-sided store.
Yeah, there are a bunch of places you can buy gaming gear in New York City, but this one is the coolest. They have really just a fantastic selection of games. Lauren, one of the owners here, just is tremendously knowledgeable, and if you stop on down, she will just give you all kinds of great ideas for games and things to play. Mini painting, whatever you need, dice, you need miniatures, you got it right here. 20-sided store, come on down. We also want to thank all of our sponsors thus far. Artisan Dice, who has been, they've been amazing. Dogmite Games for the Valhalla DM screens, which are just phenomenal. We thank McClure's Pickles for their wonderful, hilarious ad copy and also the delicious pickles, which we did not...
we don't have them today.
They have not arrived.
We've been eating them off screen.
No, we do. They're off.
Yes, and if those additional pickles should be forthcoming, I think is the thing. And
well, I'll be in my trailer.
Yes.
We'd also like to thank Airstream Trailers for giving Carla her trailer.
So there's a 42-foot trailer outside.
Yeah, just for Carla. I've heard it's nice. I haven't been allowed.
The Pickle-mobile.
The pickle is in the shape of it's green. Yeah. It's really awesome. We want to thank our new sponsor for this episode, my mom. Because whenever I was, that my parents, they're so wonderful and adorable. When I've been telling them about this, it took, I think I told them about it like 6 or 7 times before they really wrapped their heads around what it was we were doing. Like, so it's like a cartoon. Well, no, I mean, no. Sure. But they got it eventually, and then
the animation.
Yeah, no, it's very. When they finally got it, and they came to understand that we were, how much money we were spending on this. My mom, God bless her, she sent me some money. By PayPal. And so we're gonna thank my mom.
Thanks, Mom.
And I know.
Did your mom give us an offer code for anything too?
20% off of watching my kids when they have the flu, because they seem to have it every other week. We also want to thank Sirenscape, of course.
Yep.
Music and sound comes from Sirenscape. Catches me by surprise every time.
That was very appropriate. We're getting better at this.
You can get Sirenscape for yourself. It's free. Just go to www.sirenscape.com. And it's a great enhancement to your gaming. You should really get it at your tables. Yeah. And I think
it's free.
Can you believe that? Can't be right. Let me check. It is free, but only if you act now.
It's my favorite price.
Follow it, Siren Song.
Yeah, but that's exactly, the Siren Song is the free version, and then they get you in. It's like, wow, this is really cool. I do need to subscribe to this.
But it's worth it.
But it's a subscription economy.
Much like Adam's mom.
Yeah.
Hey!
I don't know if that was. All right. But she's a sweet. You don't talk about her. But she also is subscription based, so
That's what I meant.
She provides love and childcare on a subscription thing. So it's really nice. You only pay for the months you need. No cancellation fees.
But if you pay for the year, it actually major savings.
It does.
Oh yeah. And 20% off with promo code difficult.
If you say no, we have our book for the next 20 years until my kids are out of the house. So I think that's it. I think that's all of our announcements. Thank you.
Talk we need.
Yep, all the mom talk. And
All right. So here we go. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So when last we left our people.
Which
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
It's a great question.
It's a good question because, of course, in this show we play multiple parties, multiple groups of people, and they're all on the continent of Akram, halfway across the known world, a continent that has mysteriously reappeared after having disappeared a quarter of a millennia ago, has been rediscovered. You've all made your way over there, and we are cutting to the party of the Scouts. Now, the Scouts are in a strange environment. They are in the city of Tourmaline, or actually just outside the city of Tourmaline. And this has been the capital city of the Crown's holdings in Akron. And you had been there, made your way upriver, had some encounters, and then got into the city where you discovered a fairly empty, strange environment. But the city itself, despite the long period of time in which the continent has been missing, the city itself seems to be in perfect condition. And you saw a few things of interest, some relatively freshly slain people, Crown's folk, a senator sitting kind of in this sort of mindless state, a senator that Aram recognized as Aram recognized as being Senator Neskrid, an actual historical figure from the time that the Crown colony disappeared, still very much alive and well. You took this senator, and after finding a dagger at the bottom of the dredged, gate, as well as a bag full of some sort of gold and things. Sorry, lost her thing. You brought the senator to the house which Roderick has, insisted that you stay in. And in the meantime, Roderick sent Gertrude the pseudo-dragon to explore into the arena and found a big pile of red tiefling corpses. What do you do?
Big, like hundreds.
Are we still in
Or-
the house? Sorry.
Yes, you're in
Okay.
the
great.
How big? When you say a big pile.
Yeah.
Well, when I say a big pile, DMs, how big of a pile do I mean?
Improv it. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think this is a couple dozen bodies.
Couple dozen bodies at least.
Oh dear.
And they're all tieflings.
And they look how recently dead.
Well, the thing is, they were burned, so it's a little hard to tell. And actually, give me a nature roll.
You got it. So that is a 19.
Great. You also know that you know a thing or two about tieflings. Roderick's probably had some some Falstaffian compatriots in bars and so forth, and maybe has met a few tieflings. The thing about them is that they tend to have a resistance to fire.
Yeah.
So it would have been quite an undertaking to have to even burn these guys. This was not something that was done entirely by accident.
Yeah.
Obviously.
They're not just dead. They've all been burned. You know how hard it is to burn a tiefling, to kill a tiefling?
It's like drowning a
with
fish.
fire?
Yeah.
Like, it is. It's like drowning a fish.
Oh, like drowning a turtle. You can't drown a turtle.
Right, and generally,
So how are they burned then? What do you mean?
well, I mean, you can burn them, but it would take a lot of...
Something like hellfire or magical fire, perhaps. There's something strange and magical on this.
I've heard meteor showers can be, or meteor storms. I don't know what they're called, but meteors fall from the sky. I've heard that can be really bad.
Yes,
I've heard.
yes, we can rule nothing out.
That's true.
And that's it. There's no one else nothing else you saw there.
Nocta,
Just that.
What would you like us to do next? Would you like us to continue exploring this city, or something in me feels that there's danger, but I do realize that we are
I feel like we
morally
should.
bound to.
I feel like we should find out a bit more about the arena, what's going on there, before we head back to report.
All right. Yes, of course.
All right.
Bloody
Shall we?
skins, yes, says the senator over in the corner, who this entire time has just been sitting, kind of, he took his pebbles and he's just sort of been going like this, sometimes on the ground.
Pardon me, I've forgotten the name of your man, sir. What is his name?
Arthur.
Arthur. Excuse me, Arthur.
Wait, is Arthur with you? I thought you left Arthur and the donkey behind.
We did.
We just went back
Oh, you
to
got
the
it.
house.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
we
right.
left them behind.
Great.
Arthur's
Arthur.
going to take care of the senator.
Arthur, do you feel confident in your ability to take care of the senator, or do you feel that I need to bind him in any way? It's very important that he does not escape, and I'm very unclear about what exactly it is that is keeping him alive.
Well, Master, if I may be so bold, I believe I've done an adequate service.
And I can continue to do so with this comatose old man.
Excellent, excellent.
Good. Senator, what can you tell us about the Bloody Skins?
Bloody skins. Bloody skins, yes.
You said they were in the arena where the tieflings are.
Well, the tieflings might be the Bloody Skins.
Yes.
It's possible.
Does sound like their skins were
They're
had
red.
bloody appearance.
Well,
yes.
they were
They're red. They're
if
red,
nothing
red.
else.
Red skins, yes. Blood skins, yes. Bloody skins,
Were they tieflings?
bloody. Once Tourmaline was full of people. Yes,
Yes.
lots of people. Tourmaline was full.
And
I
they
wrote
were
the laws.
killed by the Bloody Skins.
The bloody skins. The bloody skins.
I
And
don't
also
think we're
there's this
going to get more
cat.
information from
Some-
him.
Right, the big cat.
The
that
big
was
cat from
mentioned.
the I think we need to go in. Should we go
I
all
think
together?
we should.
The big cat. The big cat. Now, that was a sight.
Yes.
What did
That
the-
was a sight.
Oh, what did it
Details.
look like? Let's remember together. It was so big.
It was a cat.
Yes, I remember it now.
Yes, the
Give me
big
someone
cat.
give me a roll that is, let's say, a patience for dealing with this guy roll.
Oh, I serve dragons. I got
Yeah,
this.
knock that out.
some sort of charisma based roll to see what information we can get out of him.
Let's do like a Constitution persuasion check.
Constitution
Can do it.
persuasion
So
check
are you
is
proficient in
fantastic,
persuasion?
actually,
I do a con.
I'm highly.
Then just use your con modifier.
Okay, can I roll persuasion?
If you're gonna help him, he can roll an advantage.
Okay, just.
So we sit and we listen. And we listen. 16 con, did you say 18?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll say that after.
Yes, and it had claws. I remember it now.
We've circled back to him writing laws and him being a senator and things he remembered from many years ago that are irrelevant.
Those were the days.
Yeah, a lot of.
Theon has gone into the river just to take a. He's still not octopus, so he needs to breathe every hour.
Okay. So he's taking his constitutional. So eventually, what transpires is that the best that you can put together.
Yes.
The senator has been here. He came over back in the day.
Yes. For at least 250 years.
250 years. To him, not many winters have passed. I mean, he doesn't feel like he's been here that long. He can't say exactly, but doesn't feel like he's been here that long. Maybe a few winters after he arrived, the Bloody Skins came, and they came in their boat, and from what you can tell, they laid siege to the town. And then we all lived together. Yes, they slaughtered many, and we lived together, and they are our neighbors. Yes, the Bloody Skins. And then the others arrived. Recently, the others came. Yes, and there were laws, and the laws were broken, and the Bloody Skins were slaughtered. Yes.
All right. It sounds like we're about right. It does sound like the tieflings were the bloody skins. And
The Bloody Skins, those horns are sharp. Eh?
Hey.
Wait.
So maybe then.
Who got rid of the bloody skins? The others. Who are the others?
The others. Yes.
Are they the big cats?
Oh. The big cat. Now, that was a sight. Right, that was a sight to see.
No, it doesn't sound like the same thing.
That,
We hit
Hi.
this dialogue
Yeah.
option already.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We hit
Crownsfolk they were. Yeah, crownsfolk.
The others were crownsfolk.
Fine. They're around. You'll see them.
Well, I say we get this man some rest. Thank you very much.
I think we all need a short rest after that.
Yes.
All right.
So does Gertrude see anything else?
Is Gertrude still in the arena?
Well, yeah, because I've just been seeing through her, and we still want more information. So I don't think we would have called her back, right? Like I assume Notco wants to see more.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Okay.
Nocta.
No
So,
doubt.
Gertrude, we'll say that Gertrude is meanwhile running around the arena, kind of skirting up through the bleachers and so forth, and seeing what she sees. And yeah, so she sees the obviously the corpses, and then after maybe about 20 minutes or so of kind of skirting around the arena, there is definitely yes, I'll say that Gertrude sees movement. She sees people, and I don't know how prominent Gertrude is. If Gertrude hides or if Gertrude.
I mean, she's purple and it's nighttime. I feel like, and and based on
It's
the
actually not
stuff I'm
nighttime.
seeing-
It's day.
Oh, it is.
It's
It's day.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell her to keep a low profile.
Okay. Can Gertrude make a stealth roll?
Yeah. What do I use for that?
Probably just.
Pseudo dragon style.
It's +4.
Thank you.
Wait, are you doing stealth?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the pseudo dragon.
Is it not just plus? Oh, it's got serious.
Yep.
Ooh, that's an at one.
Okay. So so Gertrude hides herself perfectly well as far as Gertrude is concerned. She makes the goat noise. And what Gertrude sees is a big half-orc guy wearing like one of those like stripy sailor shirts, and he's got like a whip on his belt, and he is backed up by two other humans, and they kind of walk through the arena just sort of like on a general search about, but clearly the half-orc is in charge, and half-orc kind of strides into the space and looks around and sees Gertrude right away, because Gertrude's out in the open.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say roll for initiative for Gertrude.
Oh no, my baby.
I mean, you can magically summon her back if she dies. So.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, she's not actually made of animal,
What'd you get?
luckily.
22.
Ooh, that's 22. So
Gertrude moves first. And basically the half-orc is pointing at her and immediately grabbing his whip and rushing towards her. That's the impetus.
She's gonna flee.
Okay. Oh, she's just going to dash action?
Yeah.
Okay,
dash
great.
action.
How quickly can Gertrude move?
60. I believe.
When dashing or normal?
Fly speed of 60.
Fly speed of 60.
Okay, great. So in one round, Gertrude is able to fly out of the arena.
Yeah.
And looks behind to see the half-orc kind of pointing up and talking to the other guys and making a plan. And is Roderick able to hear what she hears as well?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
You have to have the voice of the chain master thing. Right?
Yeah.
So as Gertrude is flying away, you hear one of the human guys say, "What was that? Is it a natural creature here?" And you hear the half-orc say, "Yeah, we better go tell the captain." And then they walk away.
Were they dressed like? You're telling us this.
Yeah, I'd share all that.
Were they dressed like those from the Master's Blessing?
Were they?
Yeah, I mean, like it looks like they're not like these people being still alive. You know, they've potentially changed their clothes, but they very well could be. Like it's not, you know, there's the uniforms are like, you know, they still would have a change.
Could be. They
That's what
don't
I'm saying.
seem to
They
be
could
under the coma that the turtles or the senators under.
So they're either the others from the crown, among the others, or
They referenced a captain.
right, who are the masters. If we think they're the Master's Blessing, we should go to them right now, before we lose them.
They were very ready to attack.
Were they?
We'll attack a little
Did they
threat.
seem
Did you say
vague?
who you are?
The way the rest of the people on this island have seemed vague.
No. No,
I think
they
we should go to
seemed-
them at once.
Yes, if they're going to a captain.
Yes.
I think it seems like they were on patrol. They were probably looking for someone. Looks like.
Quite likely they were looking for us. We destroyed all of those ballistas.
I think if we go see them, we're not friends.
Or they may just be here exploring as they have been.
True, and you know, at the best case scenario, perhaps they'll be able to shed some light on the issues that we're dealing with. And worst case scenario, we'll find ourselves in a fight. But
Yeah.
I think we can all hold our own there.
Yeah, no big deal. Okay. How much time have we spent talking to this guy?
Talking to the senator?
Yeah.
About
Quite a while.
Yeah, like at least like an hour trying to draw the story out of him.
Okay.
Is it full daytime now outside?
Yeah, full daytime.
Well, we can also wait until it's a bit darker, no doubt. That would be better
I
for
don't
you.
want to lose. I wonder, can you watch them from a distance as they go back to their captain?
I
Perhaps
think
trail them?
Well,
Would any of us recognize? I know I wouldn't, but would any of us recognize the captain of the Master's Blessing
Can I roll to see
if you
I
saw
would?
him?
Yeah, I
Because
guess
that's
give me
history.
give me a history roll. I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility. I mean, I will say the captain of the Master's Blessing was maybe not an exceedingly public figure, but if you're up on the news,
I just got an 8, so I'm sure
okay.
that wasn't.
Yeah, you're not sure.
I'm better at older history. It
Right.
happened
Exactly.
100 years ago.
Exactly.
Roderick, who is nobility and moves around and stuff, might know though.
That's all right. In this situation, I'll allow it. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll allow that. Yeah, that's fine.
That is a 25.
Okay. Yeah, you think you have a
You
pretty
were
good
best
idea.
friends, okay.
You think you have a pretty good idea of who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know that Captain Delaunay is, you know, I mean, the Master's Blessing is a known vessel, and yeah, given your adventuring, we'll say your adventurous spirit and everything, that might be something you'd know. You have a pretty good sense of what he would look like. Yeah.
Alright, I'll recognize the captain if I see him. I wouldn't know any of the mates, because... Well, I wouldn't know them.
All right, here's what we'll do. You see if you can carefully track them back with your dragon.
Right.
Would you write a letter?
Yes, of course.
I can also speak through Gertrude.
You can. And actually, just a point of clarification on the whole Chainmaster thing.
Yeah.
You can totally do all the things you've been doing, but it does make you blind and deaf, Roderick, because it's just extending the Find Familiar spell. It makes it so you can cast it as a ritual any distance as long as you're on the same plane, and you can speak through its mouth, but it still costs you an action to do that, and it makes you, Roderick, unable to see and hear out of your own ears while you're doing that. So,
Right.
for future,
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
Got it.
Didn't have any impact on what we're doing, just wanted to make that.
That is good to know going forward, though.
So,
Would you write a letter
Yes.
explaining what we know so far
Oh, I-
and who the senator is? We'll leave that with Arthur. Arthur,
Yes.
if we don't come back by sunrise tomorrow, take the senator
I'll
and
leave-
the pony back,
Donkey?
the donkey, back to the camp and deliver this letter.
Should I leave Walter with you so that you have an extra something to ride back to camp?
Quite a menagerie I'm accruing.
Sorry, Theod, as an octopus, squirts ink on the ground and then sort of writes the word mule. and then points at Frederick.
Shall I take
Frank.
the octopus too, sir?
No, that is fine, Arthur. Just the aforementioned.
It seems capable of spelling.
I believe it's our compatriot. You may remember the small wound.
Ah, yes. Patriotism.
Very good, Arthur.
So, as you were talking and as you were making these plans,
Aram is writing furiously.
I'm going to say that yes, Riley and Nokta, you
Nokda.
sorry, Nokta.
You just occasionally shout that out. And
universe, get it right.
Not Leviosa.
You guys are able to hear someone some of the plants kind of that outside of your house that you've set up. It's like strangest sound. It's almost like the plants are kind of like moving and withering kind of on their own, and something's going on out there.
All right. Well, here's the letter, Arthur.
very good.
Should we investigate whatever that is?
Well, you didn't hear it.
Oh, great. I'm just writing. I'm still writing.
Real quiet. There's something happening outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna I guess we'll lean in together and look, put our ears towards the door, see if we.
Are there windows?
Yeah,
And is there
windows.
glass in the windows?
Yeah.
There's windows. There's no glass anymore in this place.
So we can
Yes. So
see
I'm
right
gonna.
We just see right there.
How's your stealth?
Nah.
Okay, I'm gonna stealth my head out a window just a tiny bit.
Go ahead and first do a stealth check.
I'm gonna draw my sword and Lightbringer.
17.
Okay.
My shield.
And now do a perception check.
Crit success, 27.
Okay. That's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
looking outside, you see a person. You see a human, I believe, a druid, someone in the sort of like the garbs of a druid, woman, like with a kind of manic, scared look in her eyes, and she looks at you, and she says, "Are you from the crowd?"
She's looking at me.
She's looking at you.
We are, yes. Are you from the ground?
I am, yes.
Are you being followed?
I don't know. Can I come in?
Come in the front door, yes. Come right.
Okay.
What is your name?
My name is Shyla of the Vines.
How did you come to be here, Shyla?
I came on the Master's blessing, but please, we need your help.
What is going on here?
Captain Dallané. He's gone mad. It's out of control.
What happened?
Captain Dallané is the captain of the
Master's Blessing.
Master's Blessing?
Yeah.
Yes.
And is that correct? You know that?
Yes.
And I was and I was wrong to say druid. I meant to say cleric. Yes.
Okay.
But yes.
Sheila.
And yeah, she does in fact say
Sheila.
Sheila. Yeah.
Sheila of the Vine.
She actually says Sheila of the Vine.
Sheila of the Vines. Yes. And that's so she says yes. I need your help. We are not safe. None of you are safe.
Tell us everything. How did you come to be here? When did the captain go mad? What is he doing?
And we cut to the town.
It's okay. I mean, the next hour is just going to be her being like, "Oh, cat."
Oh God.
That was a fun Easter egg.
Yes,
for,
yes, indeed.
For,
We flubbed it a little bit, but
yeah.
All right. So
Well, so Sheila was my character in the test run.
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
times. Good times.
Oh man, I'm not an octopus anymore. I can talk. It's very exciting for me.
Can't watch.
Can't watch.
Can't watch.
Oh yeah, whoa, that's the watch. Okay, so I believe where we left the watch last time, it was you had rescued the town drunkard off of the Master's Blessing. You had found him, actually Ken had found him dangling from the rigging by an ankle very painfully. His hip was dislocated by the fall. He was just out there getting drunk. But you rescued him and you tried to message back to camp. You went straight for the magistrate, who you found seemed to be snoring. Either he was really asleep, or that was the response he chose to give you.
They.
They, excuse me, thank you very much.
Pardon me.
I actually we even took notes like pronouns and completely messed that up. You did successfully rescue this man, who you are now in possession of, as you all kind of make your way back toward camp. The night has kind of passed. The excitement of the last few hours has abated. The tavern is quieting down, and the camp is very quiet and still in the pre-morning hours as you make your way in. And there's really not a lot left to do, except report back in, and if there's any administrations you want to make to the injured man, you can do that now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have we questioned him on this way back? I sort of feel like
You do it right now.
I mean, because really, what were you doing out there?
I did ask him, and he said he was drinking. Do we have a medical tent set up?
Why do we care? He was just drunk. Let's leave him at his house.
The whole time back, he is
injured.
in quite a bit of pain. Like he can't walk. He's
I am
definitely-
carrying him. I believe he is injured.
Yeah, but it's a interesting place to go get a drink. No,
Well,
way out there on a ship, out of sight of the camp.
Yeah, and Garth says, "People don't like me very much. I like to be alone when I drink."
Do I buy that?
Make an insight check.
All right. So I get advantage to see if people are wanting because
You
I
do
have
get
a
the ring of truth telling.
Wait, I don't know. I'm grabbing 2d8s.
you fail.
So that is not
Natural 16.
my character. This is my character.
a natural.
So 16.
Yeah, it seems like he's on the level, and he's in so much pain, and also he's still feeling the effects of the alcohol he imbibed that he doesn't seem like capable of much subterfuge at this point.
No.
So yeah, you buy it.
All right, great. Well, I mean, if you want to get medical attention, I say go for it. You got a good spirit there, Ken.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And sure enough, there is in fact there is a medical tent. It's rudimentary but functional. There are some healers that came along on the voyage. None of them are currently on duty right now, but it wouldn't be long before someone comes along. So it's actually fairly safe to set him up in a kind of like the nurse's office at school. You just set him in a little couch there, and the nurse will be along shortly.
So this is our job, eh?
Just for
Rescuing drunkards.
Just for the next 2 weeks. Let's hope so.
You make a good point.
Yeah, right. Better to be quiet than a little too noisy, am I right? And don't worry, you'll be digging graves and performing shows before you know it.
That mustache has got potential, I gotta say.
Oh, thank you. I've been grooming it a long time. Oh man. What time of day is it? Like how close
It's about 5:36 in the morning. The sun is just starting to crest over the western horizon.
All right, great. Now, I think that was a pretty successful patrol. I did notice that you guys band together, and you missed your break. I was gonna, give you a couple hours just free liberty at the pub. So tomorrow night, let's make sure that we stick to our routes. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, we could use that break that we didn't get to take. We could start with that tomorrow night.
Yeah. How about we just start later tomorrow night?
Oh man, I would love to do that, but the magistrate would have our hides, and we're just starting off as a community together, right? We don't want to step on too many toes.
Okay, don't you say? That is fine.
Keep to the roots tomorrow.
Thank you. Oh man, and you're cooking today?
Yeah.
Do you cook for the whole camp, or?
There's a team, like a cook staff. So there's a bunch of them. So they work in shifts. It's a lot of people to feed, but it's done communally.
Oh, great. Well, I look forward to having lunch with you.
Yeah, you'd better go start working on breakfast.
And
I'm going to turn in for an hour
You'll
or two.
recall that the last obligation you have that was very clearly dictated to you by Kurdrick, the Dragonborn, kind of lieutenant of Magistrate Latham, was that you need to report back into the magistrate at the end of your shift to fill them in on any of the goings-on of the previous watch.
Yes, so let's do that.
Yep. And you go back to the tent where you know the magistrate is. It's kind of in the center of the camp. It's larger and more structurally sound than other tents. And outside, you find Kurdrick is right there doing like calisthenics, like push-ups, and like lunges and things like that.
Doing some burpees.
And he's doing one of these numbers, whatever that's supposed to do.
Well, what Kurdrick does is he basically does push-ups, but he keeps his arms folded and he just uses his breath weapon to pop himself back in the air. Dragonborn do.
And he's like, it's good for the lungs, eh?
Yeah, that is a serious burpee.
You all right? Yeah. Everything go okay then?
Yeah, just drunk got tangled up, but we're seeing to him.
That'll be Garth, I suppose. Right. Well, you better head on in, tell the magistrate everything. Don't leave any details out. They like to know it all.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he parts the tent flap and ushers you inside.
And actually, when you get in, you find yourself alone in there for a second. The magistrate is not in their tent quite at the moment. So you are standing there, and
how's it furnished? Are there books or?
Well, so it's
personal effects?
it's still a tent, so it's in the process of being furnished. But you do notice that the magistrate has had their tent furnished before anyone else really has had.
Right.
So the magistrate has brought over their very nice desk, and there's quite a few papers on the desk. It's like a desk, a nice like oak kind of inlaid thing with inlaid, let's say black pearl inlaid in brass, black palm rather.
Beautiful.
And there's also a safe and like a sideboard with wine and breakfast and tinctures and potions and stuff already set up. So the magistrate is already living rather well.
Are there chairs?
Very, very nice rugs on the floor too, and you hear Kurdrick yelling like, "Don't touch anything!" Right? Obviously.
Are there chairs?
Yeah.
Are
There's one really nice wooden chair that's not like one of those folding canvas chairs, but like a full-on like chair that's behind the desk. The other ones are very nice, but they have this very cunning mechanism where they can collapse on themselves and they have a canvas bottom.
What? That's crazy.
I'd like to see, without moving things too much, I'd like to casually see if there's anything on the papers that are interesting to know.
Let's go ahead and have you do. So, are you glancing over all of them quickly, or are you really getting in there?
Assuming we have time, there's nobody in the room. We're gonna kind of just.
Yeah. All right, let's do an investigation check.
18.
18 is pretty good. And I'm also going to have you make let's do a sleight of hand check. We'll see how, because to get this, you're going to have to adjust a few things. That 18 was, you're digging in, you're getting some good intel. We're going to see how well you can get away with it.
Is it something that prestidigitation would help with? No, I guess not. All right, sleight of hand. Critical success.
Woo!
Wow.
All right. Well, that'll do it. The DC was 35, so no.
Yeah.
No, that's great.
Very heavy paper.
So actually, interestingly, you see, and it catches your eye immediately, is your own name. One of the documents, not quite at the top, but just the corners poking out, and you sure enough see Regis Ehrlich Schuster, and then in quotes, the Imagination. And even just looking at it, those quotes, they seem like sarcastic. Yeah, there's something about it. And as you peel it back, you see there is a note that talks about your crime, and you know well what it is. And if you like, I can keep that quiet because you're the only one looking, unless someone else is reading along with you. Or I can tell.
I think of my crime as being well known, famous,
yeah.
really.
In that case, it is certainly an accurate, if somewhat slanted to one side, representation of what happened. The incident with Lord Bruhamaker, where you were performing, you were doing your signature trick, where you take the decapitated head from a humanoid corpse and animate it slightly with electricity. You also, to enhance the effect, cast a cause fear spell on a very bold-looking audience member, Lord Bruhamaker. Unfortunately, he was a noble, and that is illegal. And when he found out what you had done,
who knew?
Yeah, he sought the maximum punishment for you, which was would have been like hard labor, breaking rocks for years and years. But you were given this opportunity to come here to do the worst job they could think of, which is digging graves, and that is all in that little document. So it seems like the magistrate had been reading up on you.
I see. Well,
Ken is trying very hard to be very still and not touch anything that he might break.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll for that. What's everybody else doing?
I'm actually going to offer Ken the big comfy chair. Because, why not? You've earned it.
Oh, thank
Fine,
you,
takes a
sir.
lot out of you.
I'm all right, but I appreciate. Thank you, sir.
All right, because there's no other chair that would fit Ken, right?
Oh no, Ken is a big humanoid, but humanoid nonetheless. Like 6'4", 6'5".
6'5", I think.
Yeah, so a big Malfred, but not not Andre the Giant. What's Javert doing?
Javert's probably gonna take a peek at the table, but not investigate too much. Just take a little
All right, why don't you give me a perception check?
That's just gonna be that's 11.
Okay, 11. There's lots of papers. You do see, Regis is peeling back some pages and kind of reading, and you actually even see a little half smile, kind of little pride. I know as he reads about his exploits being, worthy of notation on, and kind of toward the top of the pile. And you do catch a memo off to the side that you don't see exactly what it says, but the heading is kind of big and bold and centered in a very nice font, and it says it just it reads confidential over top of it.
Yeah. Jauvez actually would not be that interested in going into magistrate stuff. Would just peek there if there's anything that might reference him, but not anything that's confidential.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna sort of have an ear out for the magistrate coming.
Sure. Give a perception check.
What die was that?
It's the middle one.
Okay. Then it is a good roll. Definitely very good. It is 19.
Okay. You feel fairly confident that you're good enough at this that you can kind of keep an ear cocked and listen at the approaching sounds. The earth outside the magistrate's tent, unlike much of the city, is not muddy at all. It's kind of on an elevated place, so there's nice drainage. So you would hear someone coming along in boots. Yeah. Anybody else want to do anything else while they're waiting? Is Zahala doing anything?
Zahala is trying to stay out of trouble in general here. So I think she tried to sort of look around, mostly to silently judge the magistrate.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know what? If you're into some of the judging, let's have you do a perception check as well.
Okay.
This will be just general for the room.
Nah, that's a 10.
It's a very fine room, and as someone who's accustomed to living kind of life on the go, you know, being ready to traveling light, this does seem preposterous to you, and you also think about how much space on the limited colony vessels you had to have been wasted for all this finery.
Is there a quill and ink right there?
Plenty.
I'd like to, assuming it doesn't look like anyone's coming, make those quotes look more like a shower of sparks going up from the name imagination.
Now, I think actually that is something prestidigitation can do.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
only for an hour though.
Yeah.
I want it permanent.
Maybe you can like prestidigitate them and then trace. Sure. Let's. Do you have a calligraphy kit or a forgery kit? Is a calligraphy kit a thing? Did I make that up?
Forgery.
I know forgery
kit's a thing.
I have an ink pen.
calligraphy thing. might be-
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you. Let's just have you make. We'll make a. I will give you a choice. You can do it. Just. Well, I mean, we'll give you a dexterity roll. If you have sleight of hand, you can add that to it. If not, just give a dex check.
You can be proficient in calligraphy.
Hey, there you go. Ah, calligrapher's supplies. Look at that.
13.
Yeah, you make a fairly good representation, but let's also do let's do a stealth check to see if your addition is gonna.
16.
Yeah. All right. So you're able to embellish the little quotations, and it matches the depth of the scratch that you make with the quill. So it actually looks like it was part of the original document. Someone who maybe had not read that part very closely might never know it was added.
Do we see him doing this?
Oh yeah, I mean he's being stealthy on the page, but like he's got one hand lifting things up. He like snatched an ink quill. No, you guys all see this.
All right, and we don't hear the magistrate coming right this second, right?
Not yet.
So I'm gonna go over
Yeah.
and be like,
They spelled my name incorrectly, just helping out.
Jobert's actually also going to be tapping your shoulder.
yeah,
Monsieur, please, you should not touch that stuff.
I think definitely like in a authoritative capacity as you're blowing it, I'm just going to slide those papers out and just sort of like straighten them a little bit, just so it doesn't look like you've been rifling through his stuff, of course. And if I happen to see anything,
Okay.
of course.
Sure. I'll tell you what, let's have you do a sleight of hand check.
20.
Yeah, that's really good. So actually, you restore them to like a shape that looks. It's miraculous how well you do this. For a man who has just spent his life in combat, you seem to have kind of a preternatural knack for adjusting things in a natural way, so they look just like they were left there organically. And as you're going through, if you want to give me a perception check.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, of course, we had to do a fair bit of paperwork back when I was captain of the guards over there. 15.
Yeah. As you are sliding the page away from Regis, underneath it, the confidential one that Jovert spotted earlier, you see a little more, and it's very clear that this is detailing, for the magistrate's eyes only, a plot by the rival neighboring state of San Subiro to destabilize the crown's capital economy in Caracord. It's the details. It's a lot of fine print, but the gist of it seems to be that San Subiro had some sort of plot involving spies that was attempting to destabilize the capital's economy somehow. So you got that bit of information.
How do you spell Subiro?
Sansubiro. San Subiro.
Oh, you started with the San. I understand.
Maybe it's Spanish for Saint Subiro.
Saint Subaru.
Saint Subaru.
Saint Subaru.
Patron saint of commerce.
And from outside,
Who are also going to be our sponsors next season.
Exactly.
Everyone gets a car.
Are there other? Is it just the Imaginations file, or are there files on all?
There are a
this
lot
stuff?
of papers on the desk. That was the first one that caught Regis's eye when he was looking at it. So that's what he saw.
I feel like once Zahala sees that there's a file on him, she would, if it's possible, want to see what's in her file.
As you are, kind of looking in, you're all kind of clustered around.
So also,
By the entrance.
I was going to
Except for
say,
Ken.
after stopping the imagination,
Yeah.
Jovert's gonna stand next to Ken and
Yeah,
actually.
so we're gonna say,
Well,
I mean,
and also keep in mind, I'm not looking at these papers.
no, you.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
straightening them.
glanced
and
at it. I
And
will
also
say though, that
clarification, they didn't stop me.
No,
Right.
they did not.
We did not.
It's done. We'll say as that happens, the magistrate does. They make their entrance, and Kurdrick parts the curtain. The magistrate walks in.
Oh, yes. Hello. Right. You.
Yes. Hello, magistrate. Just checking in, following orders. Good morning.
Gilbert
How'd
does
you
like
sleep?
a little
Well,
bow.
thank you. Yes, thank you. How was your watch?
Largely uneventful. No major crimes. Some public drunkenness, but I think that's just some boys, blowing off steam.
Garth, was it?
Yeah, golf guys.
But he's resting up. He twisted his ankle. Yeah, he should be fine.
His hip. He dislocated his hip.
Yeah,
He
just-
went out.
That's a bit worse, isn't it?
He went out to the ship to drink. So if you find anything missing or destroyed on the ship,
Which ship? The ones in the harbor or the Master's Blessing?
The Master's blessing.
the master.
Well,
Really? He went to the Master's Blood. I was very clear in my instructions. Well, that shall cost him. Did it cost us anything? Did you spend any money on this?
No, although this lantern is a bit broken.
Yeah. Well, also I believe
he's at the-
we
he's at the
had to
university.
use a potion of levitation, right?
Yes, but for the crown, it's no big deal. I make one every morning.
That's the right attitude.
generous.
I like that one.
So, just to be clear, no expenses need reimbursing. Yes, all right, fine,
No.
perfect.
Just our 5 silver.
Yes, I'm aware of your 5 silver.
You're all right.
Yes.
You're gonna get what you asked, what you agreed to.
Thank you.
I like this one too.
Right. Well,
So we're fine for the day.
yes, you're fine. Go ahead, get to your jobs, and we shall see you tonight for your second appointment.
And out of the little purse at his side, Kurdrick pays you out on your way out. Your 5 silver. He kind of glares at Sahala as she passes, and if you want to count it, go ahead. And everyone else pays you out. Hang on.
Do people bite silver?
I don't. Yeah. It's a soft metal, so I think that's the whole point. Is if it depresses enough that it's.
Yeah.
I mean, they shouldn't.
I'll tell you, make an attack roll for your bite attack. Don't do that.
All right, so you guys,
It's legit, yeah.
you guys are able to go off for your day,
Thank you.
and then
Excellent.
We're gonna cut over
Actually, just click on currency.
to the Wandertraps. And now you recall that you saw 2 large birds kind of wheeling in the sky above, and Opal called out to them using her staff of bird calls. The 2 large birds immediately turned in their flight path and made a beeline for the Wandertrap clan. As they got closer, you saw that they were quite large, maybe the size of apple, even large, not an apple, but apple, and quite big, coming toward you at kind of a breakneck speed, diving, one might say. And as they got closer, you noticed several strange things. Their beaks, with these long, extended, clacking things that are metallic. They're shining like they're made of some sort of silver or steel. And inside, unlike a normal bird beak, there are row upon row of also metallic teeth. And where there should be legs on anything that is bird-shaped, even of this size, you see a mass of writhing tentacles as they come down. And as they get closer, the sun glints off their backs, and they appear to be half reptile, half bird, horrible tentacles on the bottom, steel beaks with steel teeth inside, and pure malevolence in their eyes as they dive toward you. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Mama.
My goodness.
All right, so anybody get, can you do these things? Anybody get 20 or more? Ooh, no 20 or more. 15 to 20, and actually,
Yes.
Ooh. All right, what do you get?
17.
Same.
Okay.
Set. We all got 17.
Okay, roll off. Yep, roll it up, please.
Family resemblance.
I got a 17. Raw.
3 raw.
16.
okay,
All right, so that was. That's,
I got it.
Okay.
It's
no, Carl
Hans,
is before.
Danielle, and
I think switch those.
Hans,
yeah.
Carl, and Danielle.
Yep. So Opal, Jade, and then Citrine. Okay. And with everybody else get.
9.
4.
Okay. And so then we have Apple
Slow on the
And
uptake.
amethyst.
and Amy.
My thoughts were occupied. You probably don't know what that's like.
All right. So as they get into range, at about 60 feet away, they really start their dive proper, and they were coming toward you based on the sound that they heard. Perhaps it was similar to that of a prey bird that they might consume. But as they got closer, they were bearing down on Opal. But as they got closer, it seemed like something caught their eye. Now there's two of them, and one of them is significantly larger than the other. A good deal larger, perhaps a mature adult with a juvenile, or there's some sort of other dynamic here at play. But one is bigger, one is smaller, but both of them lock eyes on the shiniest and most sparkly thing that they see, which of course is the bejeweled and bedazzled amethyst.
Right.
So they're both coming in, and the first one is going to make its dive attack. That's an 11
That will not.
on
hit.
the bite, so the bite does not hit. But as it's coming, it gets to also take a slash at you with its tentacles. That is an 18, which I believe will hit.
Okay, so as a reaction there, I'm going to activate Shield, which gives me a +5 bonus to AC, including against the triggering attack,
Yes, indeed,
and
which
until the
brings
start
you
of my
to
next
what?
turn. 19.
Okay, so miraculously, the first one comes in and snaps these huge jaws at Amethyst, but misses her.
Oh, no.
And then, as the tentacles wrap around where Amethyst is, a translucent shield springs into being and wards off the blow. And the bigger one, the larger one,
How's that for shiny?
flies right by and continues moving. The second one, smaller one, coming at Amethyst as well. Shield still intact, coming in with the bite attack. That is an 18. So again, the bite smacks off this invisible shield of force.
Not shield, baby.
And then a 15 with the tentacles, and once again, thwap, thwap. And this one continues its dive and pulls up and moves past you all. So it went right by you, but kept going. And now they're about 15 feet in the air above you. And that brings us
Is it
to-
close enough for Apple to have an opportunity attack as it comes by?
They were, but there's something about the way they fly and how quickly they do it and how they are able to tuck their wings behind them. You might say they're able to pull off a flyby maneuver, so there is no opportunity attack against these monsters. But they're about 15 feet up in the air as they're pulling out of their dive. That brings us to Opal.
They're even more disgusting up close.
Oh yeah, they're hideous and they smell awful. Yeah, it's
Opal's like gonna kind of like hide behind Apple and like reach her hands out and cast Burning Hands and see if she can
Okay.
get them.
that should catch both of them. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So
They both
dex,
have a dex save?
13.
Okay. Alright. The big one, that's a natural 16 plus 1, that's a 17. The second one is a natural 18 plus 1. They both succeed, but I think that means they take 0 damage?
No, they're gonna
Take half.
take a failed save. They take half, so
Okay,
it's
great.
gonna be 2d6.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my artisan dice for this.
Oh yeah, classy.
Do like those big pieces.
That's gonna be 7 fire damage.
Okay, perfect. 7 fire total, or is that halved?
No,
That was
So it's
I only
3.
rolled 2.
That's half, yeah.
that's
Right.
half.
Okay, great. I guess, yeah, it could not be 7 halved because that means
Right.
I do 4. Okay. Alright, I'm glad we got that covered. Good. Okay, perfect. So they both you blast a cone of flame into the air, and you're able to singe their tail tips as they're kind of flying off. Not a ton of damage done,
Yeah.
but certainly you got them thinking of you now again. And that is Jade's turn.
There's a big one and a small one.
Yes.
Jade is going to shoot the small one
Okay. What do you with your short bow?
with my crossbow.
Your
Yeah.
crossbow, yeah.
So that is a 12.
12 will not hit. They do have a fairly tough skin, so while your aim is true, it bounces off this hard, almost rocky scale skin.
Got it. And then I'll hide.
Okay. You guys are pretty out in the open, but I think if you move a little bit, you can find a boulder to kind of tuck yourself behind.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and do that and give me a stealth roll.
That is an 18.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you feel pretty safe in there. That is Jade's turn, which brings us to Citrine.
Great. I'm gonna use my short bow to try to shoot whichever one is closest to me.
They're both about the same distance, so
Alright.
you have your choice of the big one or the little one. They're
I
both
think-
taking a very small amount of fire damage.
I'm gonna go for the big one, I think. So that is going to be a 25 to hit.
Okay, a 25 certainly hits.
All right, so we're gonna do. That's 8 damage.
Okay.
And as my bonus action, I'm gonna take my insightful fighting.
Okay.
And that's all I have to
All right. So a couple things happen here. Your short bow arrow flies true, sinks in, but the shaft, you're very accustomed to how hard you're shooting something, and having watched Jade's bolt bounce off, you know what kind of armor you're dealing with. You're a pro.
Yeah.
So this should have gone in further. It did damage, but it should have done more.
Okay.
So you get the sense that it resisted some piece of the damage that you did to it right there. Okay. And I'm sorry, wait, you said the big one or the little one?
The big one.
Okay, great. And also at the same time, as Mama looses her short bow, pardon me, she starts. She's kind of taken over by a coughing fit. Yes, exactly. And
all that smoke. I told you to give that up. Where's that? Hobbit.
All right, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. So, something happens. As Mama's coughing, a little bit of this black bile kind of comes up in her hand, and everyone close enough can see this happening. It's a fairly alarming sight. And as it happens, this wave of some sort of magic erupts from her as she throws her head back, and this spherical aura that extends about 30 feet in every direction from her, catching all of you except for Jade, who has moved away. Actually, no, you're still within 30 feet. So all of you and the 2 flying creatures are all caught by this, and you feel there's something different about the texture of your skin, and it's hard to put a finger on it exactly what it is, but you do somehow feel a little more exposed, a little more vulnerable, perhaps to certain types of damage, but you do see it affect the 2 flying things as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that is Citrine's turn. It's now Apple.
There's
I'm
nobody.
alright.
There's nobody with them. They're not in my range.
No, they're outside of your range, and they're very, they're, yeah.
Okay,
It's a little
so,
nervous.
well, I guess I unlimber my hand axe
Okay.
and throw it. And what I'd like to do is throw it with a superiority die trip attack, which doesn't say it has to be melee. And what it says is if it doesn't make the strength throw,
It gets knocked prone.
it gets knocked prone. So maybe that still counts for flying things. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Worth a shot.
When a flying
literal.
creature is knocked prone, it falls.
Awesome. Are these large or are they bigger than
They're
large?
medium.
Oh. Okay, so 19.
Oh yeah, that'll hit for sure. And I'm sorry, you're aiming for the little one or the big one?
Big one.
Okay.
7 points of damage plus another 6 of superiority die damage.
And is that slashing damage from your hand axe?
Yep.
Okay, so that's 13 total.
Yep.
And again, similarly to what Mama saw, I mean, Apple is kind of a savant when it comes to fighting like this, and you know that axe, you threw it hard enough, it should have gone in further.
Is it not prone?
I'm sorry, it has to make a strength
DC
save.
15 strength.
That is a natural 10, plus 3, that's a 13, so it actually, you knock it out of the sky. So while you don't do as much damage as you might have hoped, it does fall from the sky and land, boom, kind of at your feet.
Oh.
So that is Apple's turn.
How far was
Can
It was
I?
about 15 feet, so we're going to roll 1d6 for damage.
Oh man. Okay.
May I take my second attack in that
Yes,
case if
you
it's
may.
right next to me?
It is right next to you on the ground.
Presumably I have my thing, and then I threw the thing,
I think you
and I
still
still have my
yeah,
thing.
totally.
He's crying by now.
Oh no.
Sorry. Driftwood Great Club. 21 to hit.
Yep, and it's a +1, so you're going to add 1 more to that.
Apple.
Excellent. And 13.
And wait, this is you're using it two-handed. Is it versatile? I forget. Or is it just
Simple two-handed.
Okay, great.
That's 13 plus a superiority die that is going to be a goading attack.
Okay. So it has disadvantage on attacks against anybody but you.
And that's an 8 again.
All right. So what's
13
the
plus
total?
8, 21.
Nice. And +1 as well for your +1 Great Club, right?
It's already added in.
Okay, great. Okay, so 21 points of damage. That is a ton of damage. And this time...
And I'm yelling, me! Fight me!
When you hit it
Don't
with
make my mom explode like that!
When you hit it with this Great Club, all the resistance that you had seen and that Mama had seen, it doesn't seem to have that with what you're doing with the Great Club.
Okay.
And maybe Apple doesn't know this specifically, but Mama certainly would be sharp enough to pick up on the fact that the difference is that Great Club is imbued with magic, whereas the other attacks were not.
Okay.
So that's Apple's turn. It's now Amethyst's turn.
All right. Well, Amethyst, having been viciously accosted by these two birds, so one is by Apple's feet and the other one's in the air. Man. Well, she's going to unkindle the fire that was growing in her hand, and she's going to toll the dead on the one by Apple's feet. Wisdom 15.
Yep. Okay. That's a natural 17 plus 1. That's 18.
Wait, does it take half?
I think it takes none, right?
It takes none.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's fine. I'm just a little out of sorts. I haven't been.
So a gonging sound comes out as you attempt to send a Toll the Dead, but it has no impact. And at the end of your turn, your shield does fade.
Yes.
All right, so that brings us back to the top of the order with the monsters. Now the monsters, rather shocked at this turn of events. The first one is going to get up off its back, unfurl its wings. Oh, and actually, we should.
And sorry, wisdom DC 15
for
goading.
To do what?
To attack anyone else.
attack anyone
Be
else.
able
Right.
to
Yes.
not
yes.
be goaded.
Yes.
Okay.
It gets to the top of its turn. Or the
No,
end?
it should have before.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't know if you rolled.
I did not. That's 7 plus 1, so it fails.
Okay.
It's going to get up off its back, flap its wings once, and take off the ground. And it and the smaller one both fly away the direction that they came from. And they're screeching loudly and angrily back at you and snapping their jaws ineffectually. But they are certainly retreating.
Opportunity attack?
Again, they have this flyby ability that makes it so that they do not generate opportunity attacks when they go by.
Even when they're not flying by.
That's right.
Even when they're
This
starting
is
there.
This is
they're
a
flying
takeoff
outward.
by. Yeah.
Okay.
It says the Periton does not, or well, actually it's not a Periton. It doesn't provoke an opportunity attack when it flies out of the enemy's reach. It takes off. So yeah.
So once again, peace returns to this rural
Maybe
area.
peace for you, Mama. That is it. I am 16 years old, and I am a grown, proud halfling woman. I am a proud, beautiful, clever halfling woman, and I think that we deserve to know why you dragged us halfway across the earth to be pawed at by octopus birds, giant crabs, have to stay with the livestock away from all of our friends in the city while you turn into some sort of giant monster thing. What is going on?
Are you sick, Mama?
Yeah, Mom, what's going on? I'm a little confused.
Well, here's what you need to know, babies. Your mama has come into possession of a map of sorts, which, if I'm right, could make our family very rich. Could make us very comfortable for the rest of our lives and perhaps past them. So I've made it my mission, and I'm trusting all of you to help me. We are going to find this mine on this map. We're going to find the things inside of it. We're going to get the materials within it that could make us very wealthy. And then we are going to go back to your daddy and to the rest of your brothers and sisters, and that's all there is to it.
What sort of materials? Like gold and jewels?
What kind of map?
Like golden jewels.
Like golden jewels or golden jewels?
It's a different material, but more valuable than golden jewels.
Well, what is it?
Is it like a magical thing?
Yeah,
You know what mithril is?
What is
Yeah.
it?
It's a very valuable material.
Okay.
It was used in traditional, particularly elven armor in past centuries, although it's still very valuable, and if you can get your hands on it, it's really extraordinary and
Now,
commonly used
the
in all
reason
that.
I haven't told you before this is not that I don't trust you, but we needed to keep low profile while we got here. It's very important that we are the only ones who know about this, or else I'm afraid we'd get pushed out by someone bigger.
But Mama, is the Mithril mine on our land?
It's not on our land, but as far as I can tell, it's not really on anyone's land. But that's why I wanted to make sure we got early, right? I made sure to take the claim that's the closest to the mine. Because of that, I think we can well assume that it's not on anybody else's land. And there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of people on this continent. So we might as well get to the mine and claim it before someone else does.
Daddy and the others are going to be so happy to be wealthy.
But
Yeah, it'll be good for all of us, darling.
Mama-
Yeah.
what happened during the fight?
Oh, you know, your mama's just got a little tickle in her throat.
Mama, no
That
more
don't seem like a
secrets.
tickle.
But haven't we been subjected to enough secrets already?
I mean, really, the mine is the only secret that I've been
Mama,
keeping
we
from
traveled
you.
across the ocean.
Mama, I love you a lot, but I really need to know because I'm concerned. I don't want you to die on us.
Oh,
And
oh,
me and
I'm not
Apple,
gonna die.
I
I
don't think
just,
we can live without you.
Mama?
you know, all right. Here's the truth. I've got a little condition that I'm working through. That I didn't want to worry you kids about it because I've been working with our local physician. They gave me a good what I'm supposed to be doing to take care of it, and I think I just got a little ruffled by those big bird things. And
A little ruffled. Mama, we are covered in your condition.
Mama,
Right,
Yeah,
it's like
your
it's
eyes
everything.
went
Well,
all,
it's no.
No.
She coughed a little bit of blood up.
but her eyes went all black and spooky.
And then we had
My
an
eyes
arrow
went all
that
black
went
and
The
yeah.
all that happened was she coughed hard,
yeah.
spat a little bit of blood in her hand, and then a kind of a pulse went out from her that kind of affected all of you for about a minute, and it's already subsided, and you feel completely normal.
It
about
was
yourself.
an energy, it wasn't a goop.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. No, you
Oh,
can
thank
sort of
goodness.
think of it as a magical allergy, a little cold that your mom was going through. It's annoying, but I didn't want to worry you with it.
I'm much more worried when you don't tell us things.
Well, darling, I love all of you, but being sneaky has never been the strength of any of my children, so
I beg your pardon.
She said being sneaky, not being a nuisance.
until we were here and we were safely just among us, I mean, even the farmhands, I love Mr. Church and all, but he is not part of this endeavor, do you know what I'm saying?
So we're trying to
You're
find
sneaky.
a mithril mine. Well,
Thank you, Apple.
mithril is quite valuable, isn't it?
It is. Now, I need to hear from all four of my delightful children that this is going to be our secret. We're going to find the mine, but we may or may not need to go back to camp before we can get what we need.
Wait, and if we find the mine, then there's no reason for us to be here on this backwater continent, right? We would go
No,
home.
darling, my goal is to set up this farm so that it can be passive income and to get the mithril back to our homestead as quick as possible.
And us with it?
Oh, and us with it. I miss your daddy every day, and I miss the kids.
Oh,
Mama,
well,
if it's a big mithril mine, won't there need to be ongoing operations there?
Darling, we'll figure that out once we figure out if there's a mine at all.
yeah, well, the sooner we get out there, the sooner we get to leave this place. So I say that we get cooking, yeah?
Can I see the map?
Absolutely, darling.
Oh my goodness.
So
All these
no.
octopi birds.
I'm not very sneaky.
How does it
And that is
compare
a
to
wonderful
minority?
trait. Honesty
Yes.
is important, except for when you're fighting monsters.
give me your history check, and you can take it with advantage to understand the map.
Oh no. That's a 15.
Okay, well, so the map that Mama has dwarven runes on it, so dwarvish writing, and and I forget. Do you know Dwarvish? I don't remember. I don't believe you do. I have it on here.
I do not speak Dwarvish.
Yes, Jade does.
I do.
speak Dwarvish. So, okay, so what you recognize then, which is helpful. So Mama has put a little dot where like the farm is, the claim is by the Silver Spring, Silver Stream, whatever. And you notice after only a minute of comparison between the map in your head and and the map, that basically what you are doing is you're walking north. You're walking not too far of a distance from Lake Mary Alderbold, which is a big inland lake, and then north of Mary Alderbold there is a town of called Shadewick.
Do we have
SEADWIC.
my little map today?
We
should
don't
I
have the
send
maps
it?
today. It's okay. Yeah, you can send it to Carl.
I can send it to you guys now that you can see it.
And maybe like 3 days walk or so north of you, there's the town of Shadewick, which you remember as sort of like a mining town, a pit town. In fact, a town that was built in the sides of a quarry. So if you imagine just like kind of like a drilled big quarry in the earth, and there's little towns, little buildings on the side of it and everything. And just north of that town, there's a big X, like right at the foot of the mountain. There's a big X where the mine is indicated.
Okay. Is there anything Mama wouldn't know that I now know based on this map that I can tell her?
I guess with that history roll, I mean, you could regale Mama with various pieces of history of Shadewick or Mary Alderbold or anything, but nothing that you would know. Nothing immediate. No.
All right. Well, there used to be. It's very interesting. A mining town in the area.
Let's
Now,
ride as we
Converse of
talk,
that-
though.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So as you guys ride off into the ongoing day, sorkening it as you ride your car, we cut to
Sorkening it.
the Scouts.
We just
Great.
Sorkin it.
Sorking it, yeah.
Sorkin it.
All right.
All right. So
The Sorkin.
you're back in the house with the Scouts, and the Domain of Life cleric Sheila of the Vines is there, sort of begging for your help. What does she say?
Well, actually, what was her act? Was she British or was she American?
No, she was American. She spoke very, very fast.
That's
because
what
she
I
never
remember.
got
That was her
Yeah,
original.
yeah.
I had it backwards.
Yeah.
So she says, "What does he want to know? What can I tell you? It's gotten pretty crazy here."
Oh,
What has happened?
Well, we
what
came
is
over
he
on the
doing?
Master's
What's
blessing.
his-
You're from the Crown?
yes.
Yes.
Oh,
We're searching for you.
Where are the rest of your companions?
They're back in the city. I mean, the ones that are still alive, the ones he didn't kill.
Why
Are
did
they
you
on
kill them?
this-
What
Oh, yeah.
happened?
Start
Oh,
from the beginning.
No, well,
Take a breath. Take
no,
a
no,
breath.
Sure. No. Well, I was raised in the monastery.
Hey, I'm just gonna with one of my tentacles, give her like a pat on the back, just like a little.
Oh, aren't you a cute little thing there? Oh, this is adorable. Is it your pet?
No.
Well,
Well,
she's
she's a druid, right?
You can. No, she's a Domain of Life cleric. You can milk these for their ink, and she actually starts like expressing the.
Excuse me.
No, it's
That's,
really useful. You can fill an ink pot.
that's
with it.
our friend.
That's our
That's
friend.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
What happened when the Master's blessing arrived at the continent?
Sure. We lost contact with the Crown. Our sending stone wouldn't send anymore. It just came back static and nothing else. So we figured that we should make our way inland, set up a colony. As the royal lady who was on the boat, she was going to be escorted into Igrithian to take the crown seat. And as far as I know, that probably happened. So that's all good. But we went to Tourmaline so that we could. Well, I don't really know, but the captain is very authoritative, and when he says that's where we're going, that's where we're going. And so we all went into Tourmaline together, and well, then the captain, well, there were some people here, and some of them didn't really talk quite right. They seemed kind of out of it, like there wasn't anything going on back there. There were some tieflings, and the captain decided that they had committed some crimes and had them executed. I don't know if you've ever seen a tiefling burn to death before, but it's really hard. It's like burning wet kindling. You have to keep lighting them over and over again. It was horrible to watch. I mean, it was just a nightmare. And he adjudged them as guilty. And as he did
Guilty
it,
of what?
Yeah.
well, I don't know. He just said that they were guilty, that they had committed some crime. And, well, it wasn't long before some of the crew started to question what the captain was doing, and the captain found them guilty too. And he got this strange light in his eyes, and suddenly he, I don't know, transformed, I guess. He became this hooded figure, very imposing with a very frightening presence, and this giant winged cat came out of nowhere, and he started riding it like he'd always been riding it, and like he always knew it was there, and they seemed to be able to talk to each other through their minds, and it was really scary. And now the captain's different. He can see inside your head. He knows if you've done something wrong, and well, I mean, only he can decide what's right and wrong. And well, it got pretty bad. He he killed a lot of people. Some of them he crucified them. And yeah, I tried to give one a drink of water, and he found out. And so I'm running.
Okay.
Well,
I think perhaps we have all the information that we need, and it's time to go back.
Oh no! Wait, no! You're from the Crown.
Yes.
Well,
Do you wanna
can
come with
help
us?
No, we have to go back.
We're gonna get
I
more
think
people.
we should all go back to where we have a camp set up. I think we should go, we should get military, and we should come back when we're a little stronger than just... I mean, look, we're very strong, but there are only 5 of us.
Well, there's 4 of you and the squid.
He's a
He's
person.
it's a temporary spot.
Octopus? Octopus. Oh, that is amazing. No, but my friends, they're still on the boat. Oates the kind, the oarsman. He's very friendly.
I think you should come with us, and I think we can find... If we come back with more people, we can help everyone.
Wait, Sheila, do you feel like your friends won't survive another day?
He just seems to be coming up with more and more crimes, and everything seems to be a crime now. And he's all about law and order, but his orders don't make a lot of sense, and I'm afraid that there's not going to be anybody left. But if you think we should go, I'm not strong enough on my own.
We could. Well, how many people are captured that might just turn sides if they were released?
I don't know. There's maybe 20 still alive. I don't know how many of them are
I like those
okay with
odds.
the way that the captain is doing things, but I know some of them would. Oates, he's a good man.
I have an idea, guys.
All right.
I propose a caper. And we're gonna go in.
Like those things that taste like olives? But
I'm
they're sort of-
listening.
Oh, they're delicious, aren't they?
Yeah.
I used to grow them in my garden.
Yes.
Yes. No, we're gonna go in, we'll free some people, and then they'll help us fight against and free more people. And hopefully we can all run away, or we end up fighting the guy, but then we'll have a lot of people on
Yes,
our
it would
side.
be a perfect example of the power of the masses. When you empower the proletariat,
I remember
take
you
on
told
the
me about
bourgeoisie.
democracy.
Yes.
This is right,
Yes.
right?
Sheila was it?
Of the vines.
Lovely name, Sheila. Can you tell me a bit more about the captain's new abilities?
Well, he seems stronger. He's got a very booming quality to his voice when he talks. And he seems to be able to look inside your head, and he can tell if you've done anything wrong by his standards in the last day or so. He's also got this big hammer now that sometimes he finds you've done something really bad, he makes you fight him, and he dishes out justice himself.
Would I know something about what's going on based on that information from my knowledge of magic and such?
You can give me an Arcana check, sure.
Okay.
And I'll give this one to you at advantage as well, because you're asking specifically about the magical nature of what's going on.
So that is a 16.
You have not even the slightest clue. Nothing even similar to this. I mean, certainly.
He sounds
you've
like
heard
a
of things-
warlock, though.
Well, you've heard of things polymorphing, changing form. You've heard of things, even rumors of people ascending in some way. But the way that she describes this transformation, it seems completely foreign.
So,
Right.
one possibility is that he's not the captain at all. That something happened to the captain when you came here, and it's not that the captain transformed into him, but someone transformed into looking like the captain.
I think the hammer's suspicious.
I don't know where
going
it came
to-
from. He just had it.
It sounds
We've heard
like
of others.
that sounds like a magic pact, but there's so many elements of it that don't actually fit the way that kind of magic works because it's very complicated.
How about this? Give me a few minutes. I'm going to write the rest of this into the letter. I think we should send Arthur with the senator and on the mule and Walter to the camp to get military assistance as soon as possible. And in the meantime, we can go and free the prisoners and try to...
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be so great.
Are there any of us that can send a message directly to the camp from here? You can. Okay, good.
might just be a good time for you to be in your humanoid form so you can communicate more effectively.
Don't scream! Don't scream! Don't scream! Don't scream! Don't scream! Don't scream!
I'm not-
Don't scream!
I'm not. It's okay.
Okay, sorry. That happens sometimes.
Sorry about
Everything's
milking
fine.
your ink gland.
Yeah, no, everything's consent. I'm just gonna whistle for any birds, preferably. I don't know if there's any robins around, or like blue jays, or what's a good if there's like a cardinal or a magpie. Magpies are good.
I'll give you a cardinal.
Okay, great. I could send a message by bird.
Yes, that sounds like the quickest thing.
Yeah, birds are pretty fast, and yeah, it has a full day to get there. Yeah, I mean, I could give him a description of this, and Franklin could take good care of of the senators, like.
And
so-
Noctar, do you think
sounds
it's a
great.
good idea to send the two of them after, so that
Are we
at
sending
least
the
they're out
bird?
of harm's
them
way
separate.
in case something goes wrong to us?
Are we sending the bird with the letter?
Well, I mean, I could say we could. Well, I don't know.
think let's
Sometimes birds tend to I don't know. They take paper and they make nests out of them. Sometimes. But I mean, I don't think it would. But I mean, I could also just give a message remember. Oh, did you guys get my rabbit earlier?
The squirrel, yes.
The squirrel. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will give the letter to Arthur, and that way the
Yes.
bird will precede them. But in
Two
case
courses of
something
access.
happens to either one, there will be extra information.
So you are sending the bird
Yeah.
back to the fort,
Right.
and the bird is going to say what?
In 25 words. Okay. Found Tourmaline. Master's blessing captain
Has gone mad.
has gone mad, possibly magic.
Definitely
Me-
magic. Oh yeah.
Definitely magic. Evil abounds, many dead, send as many soldiers as possible.
Wow, that was great. I feel like
All
you really
is well.
nailed that.
Okay. So that's what the bird
to
is
your
saying.
effect.
Yeah. Actually, I still have 5 more words. Thank you very much, Scouts.
Okay, and so then, following the bird, Arthur, do I have this right? Arthur, the mule, Franklin, and the senator?
Senator.
Yeah.
Going back to the camp.
And I
Yeah.
think
The
I'll
letter.
send Walter as well, so that each of them
Right.
has a steed,
Oh,
so they
that's
can get
nice.
there faster.
Yes.
Okay,
That's great.
fantastic. Okay, so
thank you, sir.
And also,
What?
so I can check in on them every so
Yeah,
often.
uh-huh.
What?
Yeah.
Walter smells funny. Is that just me?
I mean, he's an elk, so.
Yeah, but elks usually smell like a little and he smells a little like, whoa.
So what's-
He's a fae. He probably smells a bit faintly of flowers.
Yeah.
So now that you've sent the message, what's the plan?
Well,
I was told there would be
paper.
papers.
Yeah.
What time of day is it?
So now I'm going to say it's a little after, noonish.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not good at being sneaky, but I can be very distracting. I can put on a great performance.
I mean, do we want to try to sneak as soldiers out? We could form a distraction. Certainly, I also know a couple of Oh, I have a really funny idea. So you know how I can write messages in the sky?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone can see them.
That would be quite a distraction, yes.
That is quite a distraction.
What would worry me about what do you mean by setting a distraction? What I would not want to do is have you somewhere being distracting, and then if this creature is a powerful warlock or whatever it is, it ends up either fighting you or fighting us, and not all of us together.
Ooh,
yeah.
point of interest. I am very sure that the captain was not a magic user at all before we got here.
Curious.
So
Before.
I don't know.
But now
Yeah.
it certainly is.
Definitely
Well,
something magical about him now. But before we got here, he was just a normal. He was a
Well,
authoritarian.
using magic is
who was
also
strict.
quite normal. We don't want to
but-
be pejorative.
Well, totally. I use magic myself. I'm a big fan of the magic. But what I mean is he was he was very much about the.
No, I
So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, no magic. Thursday, lots of magic.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Did your travels take you anywhere between the ship and here? Unusual? Did you
No.
go into any caves? Did you find anything strange?
I mean,
Did you
there's
find anything here strange?
lots of strange things here?
But I mean,
It's a
like
strange
a-
place.
Object or a glowing black ball or
Did
something
the-
that talks to you and
Was
says,
the
put me on, or
was the
something like
captain
that.
this way the moment you got here?
No, he was he was always strict, and he seemed to be getting a little stricter as we progressed inland. But it wasn't until we got to Tourmaline and he made the decision to execute all those tieflings. That's when the transformation just started to happen. It happened so fast. And it's funny. I think that as it happened, the ground shook, like everywhere.
Oh,
Curious.
yeah. Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
So, the captain is like thirsty for justice, right? Like
That's his
people
thing.
that run
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could make a message anywhere in the sky I can see, I saw a tower a little while away. I could call him out there and be like, "Yo, hey, Captain, you stink. I want to fight you at this tower. Meet me there." And then, maybe he'll go.
Do you think he'd fall for that?
He loves justice, but he's not stupid. I don't know if he would go for that one.
Well, but also, if we've got these prisoners that we can free some of them, they'll assist us.
How powerful is he, Chila?
He's stronger than me, but so is pretty much everyone. I'm not.
But we have the power of friendship. Also, I can turn into a bear.
That's
pretty good.
Very good.
I like that.
There's 2
Yeah,
powers.
the second one sounds
Friendship
great.
and bears, yes.
Well, it sounds like an adventure.
Yes, let's go try to find some people to free.
Yeah, let's
That
go
would
look
be
at this
great.
boat and see how we can get around it.
Okay. I am gonna do a version of the Skywrite thing though. Because no harm, right?
Well, can we wait until we've freed the prisoners so that we're not drawing attention to ourselves before we want to?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How about you save it as a last-minute distraction?
Okay, cool. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna hold it, and I'm gonna have it at the ready. I'm just gonna be like,
Yes.
That sounds good.
Keep it in pocket, put it in your pocket.
yeah, exactly. You just tell me the moment, and I am there.
You are ready.
All right, Franklin, I love you and I miss you.
Oh, they're gone.
They're gone.
Okay.
Okay, so you are what is the order of operations here? You're gonna go
Wait
write
for
something
late
in?
afternoon, or I can't see a thing.
Great.
Okay. So the plan is we're gonna wait for late afternoon
Yes.
and then
Go to where the prisoners are.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
we're outside the city, right? But we know how to get in because everyone was
you
in.
can
And I can
just
show you
get
the
back
way.
to the-
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this means we would get a short rest also, by the way, right?
Yeah, I mean you haven't been doing that.
And you
but-
could have taken a short rest
Yeah.
whenever you were
Yeah.
interrogating the senator.
Yeah. So
Well, does the river go by where the prisoners are being held?
Sheila tells you that the prisoners are basically Captain Delaunay has set himself up in the Hall of Justice. That is the place where he wants to be, and so the prisoners, such as they are, which again are sort of like not in chains or anything. They are prisoners by prisoners by societal fiat rather than manacles. Yeah. But they're in that area. They're in the courthouse area basically. Prisoners by mutual pressure, let's say. So it does not go right by the courthouse.
All right.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I say, be sneaky.
Yes, sneak in there. That's what we do.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
So you are waiting for a few hours.
Team Scout.
And then as you are waiting and resting and everything, you hear a distant, but not too distant, war horn, and you see Sheila's eyes go wide, and she says, "It's the war horn, his war horn of justice. He blows that whenever a crime has been committed. We must all hide." And then we are going to cut. Cut to the town watch.
Oh, lovely, great.
All right.
Mm.
So it's the next day.
Mm-hmm.
You guys had enough time to get a little bit of a rest in. We'll call it a long rest, enough to to sleep off your job. I mean, your duties are important, but you're also they've made allotments so that you can kind of have an alternate schedule that allows you to get a full night's rest after your shift ends and before you have to start your work. It just eats up your leisure time for this fortnight of duty.
Right.
But again, the following night, you are reconvened, and you are once again with Kurdrick. And if there's anything you want to do before you begin your watch, you may.
Also, since it's a new day, I have to tell you the infusions I make.
Oh, yeah, please do.
So I'm going to do a repeating shot for the weapon I have, and then I'm
You have like a pistol, right?
yeah. So I don't have to. There's no loading, basically.
Crazy.
He's such a cute little.
And I just like he's got like utility belts everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
I think because now I realize our job's gonna be like, I'm gonna make a goggles of the night also.
Oh,
No, that's
lovely.
good. Yeah.
All right, so you got your two infused magic items. And did you also want to...
So no setting stones today, basically.
and you can also do your potion thing, right? I think once a
Yes,
day?
the experimental elixir, and we have to roll for that and see.
Yeah, let's see what you get.
Okay.
Oh, it's random. I love that.
Cock die. So it's 6. Oh. So it's a potion of transformation.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's the drinker's body is transformed as if by the altar's self spell.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
And the drinker determines what they transform into.
Turns out he's the evil warlock.
Wait, you made polyjuice potion.
Yes, I made polyjuice potion.
Kind of, except you can just like you can grow claws or like gills,
Yeah.
or you look like someone else.
And you don't need hair.
Why wouldn't you do that? If you had
Yeah,
polyjuice.
we don't have a weird hair thing.
Only
Yeah.
for humans.
Unlike
That's
a
why her
Maccabee.
brain gets stuck as a cat.
This has been a very Harry Potter episode. We've had a lot of-
Yeah.
It's Leviosa.
Yeah.
All of my references are based in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
All right. So, anything else? Actually, if there was anything you guys wanted to accomplish during the day, we can narrate that too.
The main thing for me is Gregory has all these goats and that he came over with. I would love, since I have these extra duties, to find someone I can negotiate for, a percentage, of course, to take care of the goats.
Sure.
During the day.
Let's go ahead and we'll have you do a persuasion check.
5. Okay. 10. No. 12.
Okay, 12 is decent. It's not you didn't catch all of it though. I mean, for Gregory, this is not. He's a fairly charismatic leader type, but he still is able to, in short order, find a number of people who are willing for the right price to help out with the goats. The one who will do it for the least is someone you're familiar with. It's Garth, who you met the night before. He says, "I'd be happy to do that for you. In the daytime, I'm sharp as a tack, and my hip's all better now. The healers took right good care of me. I'd love to be repaid the favor."
Who's next on the list?
Next on the list is let's actually see that you had 3 takers. We'll say we had Garth who's really giving you the hard sell.
Yeah, party on Garth.
You had Botwin, who is whatever the guy that makes he's a Fletcher. So his job is making arrows and an arrow accoutrement. Botwin, he doesn't have his job. He can actually do it while he watches the goats. And then there's Arbogast. Arbogast, who is a seamstress or a seamster, a seam maker,
A tailor,
a clothier. And Arbogast is happy to do it. Arbogast can also do needlework while the goats do their thing. Arbogast is asking for the most money, and Botwin would like to point out that if any trouble comes along, he's already well armed to defend them. But they are gonna require a substantial cut. I'll say that Garth is willing to do it for let's say 5 coppers a day. Botwin wants 5 silvers a day, and Arbogast wants 5% of anything you make on the goats.
Arbogast.
Okay.
100%.
All right.
Also, I just like the idea of working with a tailor because a tailor is very methodical. They're very patient.
Indeed, and Arbogast does fine work.
Yeah, excellent. And then I'd like to spend some other portion of the day talking to the barkeep just about it.
Sure. Brindle is actually not at the tavern when you stop by, though. There are bar hands who are cleaning up. The place gets pretty well wrecked at night, and so they have to sweep out all the old sawdust, put down. I guess they have to grind up some lumber, make new sawdust, and put that down. And you're able to talk to the bar hands if there's any specific questions you want to ask. But Brindle he's sleeping as he does during the day.
They're grinding their own sawdust. There's not just like sawdust from building all these buildings. That's so unnecessarily wasteful. They're cutting down trees.
In where?
I don't know.
Sorry,
Is there available sawdust, or is it all being? Is it all?
Oh, I'm
spoken
sure
for?
there's sawdust if we're building.
Tell you what, I see a business opportunity here. Tonight I'm going to talk to Ken about maybe selling that excess sawdust to the inn so they don't have to keep cutting down the forest in order to get sawdust.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's already.
If you know a better way, let us know.
It's like in The Simpsons where they go to the Arctic to get ice.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, Ken didn't sleep at all. Ken was just gluing the sawdust back together to make more planks with. Yeah, all right. So they're sweeping up. But if there's any information you want to get from them, you can. They don't know a ton, but they're the day shift. Kind of cleaning up the bar.
No, I'll wait to talk to the man himself. Though I actually, hearing the sawdust thing, I am going to talk to Ken tonight.
Okay. All right. So yeah.
Regis sleepily wanders out to the edge of town with a post and some black paint, and finds an open area of ground and hammers the post in and paints graveyard on it. And turns around and says, "Anybody dead? All right, that's my job for the day. Go back to bed."
All right, and nobody answers. So
Bring out your dad.
Yeah.
you actually had graveyard.
That's
help
it. He
yourself.
sleeps the day away.
Okay, so the day ends, the sun sets. You all go about your chores, accomplishing your tasks. The
Ken
camp
finishes
itself,
enough of the church that it can be worshipped in, although he still wants to make it better.
Yeah.
Zahala packs herself snacks this time while she's cooking. She also
Ooh, okay. Are you packing snacks for everybody else or just for yourself?
I'll pack snacks for everyone except him.
Ken, please give me a roll adding your proficiency modifier and your dexterity modifier for your carpenter's tools.
Okay. Oh man, that was a nat 1, but yeah, so that's a 4.
Oof. All right, so you actually your work on the temple, the night of sleeplessness definitely took a toll, and you are really unhappy with your work here, and you can also sense inside yourself that this isn't the usual Ken getting down on himself for not being perfect at all times. This is substandard.
Cool.
And you feel bad about it, and you're like,
I was just trying to finish it because
Yeah,
of what
yeah.
they said. Yeah.
and so you're thinking, I just cannot wait to get through this watch. That way, I can not sleep at all and fix this.
And I don't have to expend any of my carpenter's tool stuff,
Nope,
right?
you
Because
just have
it's
them.
all from the crown. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Ken takes very good care of his tools there.
Aw, Ken is really sad.
Yeah.
That's just she would make snacks for everybody.
Okay. All right. You know what? I'll tell you what. Give me the same kind of roll. Let's do dexterity bonus plus your proficiency, and you're gonna make a check with your cook utensils,
Okay, so
because you are proficient in those.
yes. So how does that work?
So it's
Just
plus 2,
you
plus
can roll a
your
20 plus your dex bonus plus your proficiency bonus. It should be
Okay.
right there on that.
I just don't know my proficiency bonus.
Yeah, it's plus 2.
Okay. So that's 15 and that's 17.
Yeah, you make some mighty tasty snacks. You pack them in a really like little bits of wax paper,
Yeah.
separating each one, and beautifully cut like triangular sandwich.
I'm a professional.
Yeah, you put it in a nice basket that you kind of loop over your forearm.
Gloomy, Zahala, just like.
Yep, exactly. You're like this very like goth emo like tattoos all up and down your arms with like like a nose ring and like
Yeah.
a bandana, but this like lovely like picnic basket over your arm. Yeah. All right, so you all meet back up. You're back at the center of the town. The magistrate has given you the barest of nods. Now that he's set you on your mission, your job is just to report back to them at the end of the night, and that's really all they want to do with you. Kurdrick, on the other hand, is he's once again given you kind of the hairy eyeball. He says, "I see you brought some snacks. Maybe that means you've improved your attitude about this assignment." No, don't answer. It's all right. And you. We're gonna have a little talk tomorrow about you performing your duties. I saw the post in the middle of town, but yeah, that's not a graveyard.
Well, it will be. We don't have dead people yet.
Well, no, a graveyard's
true-
gonna be a pertinent to a church. Otherwise, it's a cemetery. I thought you'd know this. Didn't you research the role?
I'll repaint the post.
All right. Well, we'll talk about it in the morning. For now, you've got your rounds. I'm gonna turn in, and don't expect any trouble. But if anything should arise, I'm sure you can handle it. You've all got your badges.
Yep.
Good. We'll get on then.
I'll be right back. Grabs his badge, comes back.
Okay. And Kurdrick goes and he turns in. And actually, Kurdrick you see he's got like a little like lean-to just outside the door of the magistrate's tent. And you can tell that's like Kurdrick's job is being like the gatekeeper for the magistrate.
Cool.
All right. So the night is yours. Your watch has begun, and it's dark. The moon has risen. It's a very bright crescent tonight. So there's abundant. We'll say there's dim light on the street. Oddly, on Odeya, the moon gets darker as it gets fuller. So it provides less light the fuller it gets.
It's real crazy.
It's a crazy world.
It's a
Pears are thick on the
and
top.
actually, and cat is spelled D-O-G, which is super, But it's very bright tonight because of the hanging crescent in the sky. And you see people once again, finishing a few last bits of trade as they hurry off to their places of residence for their evening meals. And people are beginning to filter in to the tavern. You can proceed however you wish.
Thank you for this snack.
This is amazing. Three cheers for Zahala.
You are very talented.
Indeed.
Thank you. It's just an oatcake.
So, I mean, there's oatcakes, and then there's oatcakes.
What are some things that you like?
I like curry.
Oh, curry.
Oh,
I love a curry.
Yeah, curry'd be great.
Maybe tomorrow night.
Oh, we should do curry, yes.
Yeah.
Do you like flowers?
I could make the pot for the curry.
Yes. I like curry.
Whoa! And you do hear a shattering glass sound effect coming from the vicinity of the first pint.
Okay, well, you know what? I was going to suggest that we actually start there anyways, just to keep an eye out for criminal activity.
What a good idea.
Activity,
Yeah. Why don't we head inside? Actually, I want to talk to you about something with the owner.
Yes.
I've heard tales that they're wasting wood here.
Oh,
They're just grinding it into pulp and not actually making anything with it.
No, we are using the wood to make the structures like the church.
No, I know you are. But the first pint, they're just grinding it up. They're just taking logs off the street and putting it into sawdust.
Why?
I don't know, but I think you could fix it, because surely you have sawdust at the camp, yeah?
Oh, yes, they are. Welcome to our sawdust.
Well, tell you what, I'm going to arrange things, because I don't think that they're going to want to take it, but I'm going to talk to the manager about this and see if we can get your sawdust on these floors.
Sure.
Waste not, want none.
It's not my sawdust, I don't know.
That's the spirit.
All right, so you enter the first pint. You throw back the flap, and it's actually quite raucous. I mean, your watch hasn't even been going on for an hour. The sun is barely set, and yet the place is pretty well packed. It seems like there's a good group going on here. But as you walk in, the raucous commotion, the glasses breaking that you heard from outside, it all kind of dies down, and all eyes are kind of on you, and more specifically on the shiny painted wood badges that you prominently have displayed. And the bartender, Brindle Boresnout, he pops up on a stool from behind the bar and addresses you.
How you guys doing?
I'm doing quite well, sir. It's nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, don't mind, do we see where the commotion had been, like where the broken glass?
No, it was just it was a raucous environment, and it was one of those things where it's like you walk up on a conversation and you can tell it was about you. Like, it's like when everybody gets quiet and like looks sheepishly, and so they're
so
all
it
just
wasn't
kind
a
of
fight, it was just...
No, it seemed like it was just regular, bar stuff. I'd say give me a perception check here.
15?
Yeah. It seems like there was an air of anticipation in the room, and it's now there's a tension and perhaps a hope that you all will just leave so they can get on with whatever it was they were doing.
Huh. Well, it seems like everyone here is having a nice time. So civil in here. Usually, when the bar's back in the Crown, everyone's a little bit more lively, upbeat, yeah?
Yeah, and actually, you even watch as two kind of like scruffy-looking toughs, very carefully tuck a napkin into their shirts and they toast, and then they say, "Oh no, after you." And the other one's like, "Oh no, after you, my good sir." And they carefully, take a sip, put it down, and then dab at the corners of their mouths and
Yeah, we're all real manded here.
Huh. Well, excellent. The bar? You want to hang out at the bar?
Well, I think we should have a flagon or two.
Tell you what,
might as well.
Tell you what, I appreciate the work you're doing. It's hard work, I know. I see this fella is building the church in the morning, and thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. It will be much better.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine. And you guys are out here working hard, and I appreciate it. So what I'm gonna do for you on the house, I'm gonna give you a couple to go. You can each take a glass of whatever you want to go on me.
Oh, to go? No,
we're not gonna make this a habit. It's not gonna be every night.
Oh no! You're too kind. We insist on saying to toast to your generosity. As a matter of fact, how about one of your special reserve?
Make a persuasion check.
11. I mean, poop. 11.
11.
Yeah.
So Brindle gives you, a raised eyebrow He's clearly not impressed, but he says, I got just the thing, you know? Let me see if this suits you. And he reaches under the bar without even looking, grabs whatever well liquor he found in a nondescript, kind of dusty bottle, and he puts a coaster down. And give me another perception check.
That's a nat 20.
Okay. You watch him slide something under the coaster. He puts the coaster down, glass on top of it, pours a shot into the glass, and slides it over and says, tell me how that's looking there. If that's if that's to your liking, maybe you guys can stick around for a while after all. Maybe this could be a really beneficial thing back and forth for both of us.
What's under the coaster?
You lift it under and look, and
I want to like
Sleight of hand.
Are you doing this slyly?
Yeah.
Give me a sleight of hand.
26.
yeah. And actually, anybody who's watching can do a perception check.
Yeah.
But if you don't beat a
26.
Hang on.
Okay.
Is it help?
Okay.
No, none of you are going to do that. I'm looking at your passives. You're not going to get there.
Yeah.
So you're able to surreptitiously slide it out and palm whatever it was. Would you like me to say out loud what it is? Or you want to know privately?
It's 17 high enough.
We have
No, you have to do 26.
We're professionals here. We can-
Yeah. Like actors, please. This is a soliloquy.
All right. So and he slipped you a platinum piece.
Oh.
And he says, if that's to your liking, that beverage right there that you have. Well, I'm just saying that certain things that go on in this establishment that are essential for camp morale. And if you, in your wisdom, as the benevolent watch order of this town, could see fit to allow certain, perhaps minor indiscretions, I think it'll benefit the camp in the long run. Nothing the magistrate needs to know about.
Indiscretions? Well, I mean, I don't think any of us see any indiscretions here. It's just people having a good time, yeah?
Yeah. Well, you ever heard of hook wrestling?
Have I ever heard of hook wrestling?
Sure, of course you has. Everybody has.
Okay, great. What is hook wrestling?
What he describes to you is it's a popular barroom game in the Crown. It's essentially arm wrestling with a bit of a twist, and it can be a little rougher, a little more physically demanding. But essentially, it's just two combatants go square off in an arm wrestling match, and people can place bets. And he says, "No, before you start, I know that gambling is illegal in the colony for money, so we don't. There's no cash bets, not in my establishment. So it's
You play for sport?
What's that?
You play for sport just for fun?
Yeah, well, sure, there, little guy. That's just for fun, and to make it a little more interesting, sometimes we put the odd in-kind benefit down. A service or a trade good, that sort of thing. Harmless stuff. Really minor stuff, but it gives the boys
to help everyone here, help the Crown and help the economy.
Yeah, of course, it generates economy all on its own, and the house takes a little bit of a cut to offset expenses. The combatants get a little bit of a cut. Nobody really gets hurt. It's all benefits, all for the good. So
I don't remember gambling being something that we were asked to watch out for.
I think we're looking out for theft and
debauchery,
violence,
fights.
Yeah.
Would that not fall under debauchery?
Stealing, theft.
I don't see anything illegal here.
Oh right, and actually, as you say that, Brindle flips the blackboard behind him, and there's clearly like bookmaker odds all over it, and the whole crowd goes ah! And everybody starts clapping, and they start throwing down bets with each other, and you hear people being like, I've got 2 pints against that, and he says, I'll give you 400 nails for that, and they're immediately, it's like the pit of the stock market exchange. And they're like,
so they're actually not.
Sell.
So they're literally not gambling money.
No, they're literally not gambling money.
Yeah.
They're gambling trade goods.
Well, I mean, I think we should probably try to keep it down a little bit.
Yeah. And hey, you heard the watch, all right? And in this place, the watch's word is law. So, well, if you guys want to stick around, we're just about to start a bout,
Well, I actually want to talk to you about your sawdust.
Oh, you got it. All right, sawdust.
Let's go to whatever.
On that dramatic cliffhanger.
Can I just put 5 oat cakes on one of the people?
Oh yeah, you immediately find a taker, and you'll get several offers when we come back.
Yeah. What? But that sounds dramatically interesting. What percentage did we work out? I don't know. We can find out next time.
So we're gonna cut back to the scouts.
Okay.
And you've heard that war horn, and that means that the captain has
Justice is happening.
Justice. The captain has found a crime.
See, and you said you thought we should hide, so you think the crime might be you.
Oh, do you think it? Oh, yep. Oh, boy.
Well, good. If you're the crime, he doesn't know where you are. I mean,
But if you can see into her mind, or our minds.
Yeah, no, only when you're
no.
pretty close, but he's got to be around, but he knows what I did. He's definitely, I mean, yeah, no, he'll find me.
Well, then it sounds like we don't have much time to find your prisoner friend.
Miss,
Yeah,
let's
we
sneak.
should really-
Let's go. Is it evening already? Did this happen toward evening, or is it still midday?
Well, you were waiting a few hours. So
Yeah.
So we've had dawn has happened since we fought the ballistas, right?
Yes.
Right.
Hey.
Yes, you all got a long rest.
All right, let's go then.
And
Wait, a long rest?
No,
it's
you
a
saw the
short
ballistas
rest.
this morning.
Oh, I'm so
Dawn has
sorry.
not
So
happened.
it's a short
No.
rest. I apologize.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was in the
but-
morning.
Well, no, we fought them.
No,
well,
you fought them in the
before
morning.
Yeah, it was
It's
first
the
thing,
same
yeah.
same day.
Yeah.
Right, no, same day.
We fought
but
at like
before
3 in the
dawn,
morning.
literally before dawn.
Yeah, okay, but you did not have a long rest.
Right.
No, I think
Right,
No, no,
that's
no,
fine.
because-
The
okay,
dawn
yes.
is the relevant
Ah,
thing
once
that
we
I
got
Okay,
dawn.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Yes. Okay. Yes.
All right, great. Yeah, so
We're going to sneak. Lead us to the
Okay.
prisoners.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. And she takes you down a winding trail that leads you into kind of a side area of Tourmaline. So you were in the suburbs, and she leads you around to the city proper. And it doesn't take very long. Let's have everybody in the group roll a stealth check,
come on, this is your time.
including Sheila.
You're good at this.
Come on.
Not so good.
Big money, big money.
Whatever you get.
20.
Okay.
22.
21.
Ooh.
14.
12.
All right. Sheila got 3, so not so good on Sheila. But there were 3 successes and 3 failures, and the successes were bigger than the fails. So we're gonna the 2 that fails were in the middle.
Oh, good, you're good.
Yeah, no, we're gonna say that's a group success.
Cool.
So you're able to stealthily. You know, Sheila is very clearly nervous, and also probably not. You can tell that she is not quite at your level as an adventurer. That she's a much more novice than you, but she's keeping up as best she can. She's got this animated banter going on the whole time, and as you get close to the gate, you approach and you do see some people milling about.
Wait, we see people?
Yeah, there's people. I mean,
Like,
as Tom mentioned,
freely,
they're not like shackled somewhere. These are
Not literal
crewmen,
prisoners.
yeah,
They are-
Yeah.
who are held there out of fear of the captain and really no other option. You know, I mean, he's the chain of command is still there, and that's what Sheila explains to you is that many of them might not agree with it, but they're sailors. They're accustomed to obeying orders or it's mutiny, and so and they've seen what happens to people who disobey even a minor order. So the idea of turning against the captain is pretty far-fetched for them at this point.
Sorry, how many of them are there?
She said there's probably around 20 of
So
them.
there's like 12 people
So
milling
if
around.
we're not literally releasing them, and now I'm
Well,
We have
we're
to
trying to herd them
emotionally
back,
release
right?
them.
Exactly, yeah. We have to convince them to.
We're going to give them an
Yeah.
order from above the captain, is what we're going to do.
All right.
Wait, an order from above the captain?
Not literally.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Well,
Holding on to it? I'm holding on to it.
not to steal the moment, but I am an official representative
Yes, exactly.
of House Tadejo.
Oh, true.
That's true.
Surely there's an admiral you can speak on behalf of.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, good. All right. Which one?
100%.
So Roderick can certainly give you the names of some nobility, but as far as actual names of the military commanders, that's probably going to be a little bit outside of Roderick's.
Right, but she has.
But nobility traditionally trumps military in a monarchy, right?
Royalty, certainly. Nobility in general, probably not.
Still.
So the king, commands the entire military. So the crown king, Rufus III, commands the whole military. But it's not like if you're a noble, you get to order around the army. They would certainly show deference, but probably not flat out, subservience.
So we're here on behalf of Rufus III then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay,
exactly.
that
Well, I
sounds
mean,
good.
Which we are.
We
Which
are.
we
Which is-
are.
Yeah, great. All right. Well, so maybe we should be quick about it. Yeah.
Yes.
I think this is a good time.
Is there like a soapbox I can stand on?
Yes, which of us is
Whoa,
persuasive?
whoa,
Wait.
whoa, whoa.
Which
Me.
of us is quite persuasive?
I don't
You,
know.
excellent.
You can definitely. I don't know about it's a
Alright,
soapbox, but
let's
we'll
go
say
quiet,
you can
let's go
find
quiet. We'll
something
talk right
like a
to
barrel.
them.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, like Riley's just like, I can lift you up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just stand on Riley's shelf.
Yeah. Do you want?
Yeah. So like, Gentlefolk, I hear you have been
good start.
living under unfortunate reign. We, as representatives of Rufus the Third,
Yes.
have come to liberate you.
Yes.
Now come with us.
We'll need your help.
All right, let's go ahead and do a persuasion check with advantage because we got everybody back in your play here, and you do look like a strong force. You know, there's a bunch of you.
So that is 28.
Sure.
Great.
So that's great, and certainly they've all stopped. No one has called out for the captain or anyone.
They're very clearly nervous about what the
Yeah.
captain would do if they would.
And to be clear, that's a great roll, but that's what it would take to get them to do anything but blindly obey orders because they are living in fear. And Sheila actually looks at you and she's like, "It's a really good start." The 12 or so people that were there, that were kind of attending to their tasks, have kind of stopped and they're looking at you and they're starting to whisper among themselves. Do you keep going?
Yeah.
All right, let's try it again. Let's do another persuasion check. And this one, because now they're focused just on you, this one's a straight roll.
Okay.
Believe in you.
You got it.
So that
Oh my god.
that's a 30.
Oh my god! All right.
I know you may.
20?
Wow.
No.
No.
Natural.
Wait, it wasn't, and it's still.
Her persuasion's amazing.
Yeah. I know you may be afraid, but we will look after you. Come.
All right, and with that, one of them actually does approach. One that's seems to be kind of a leader figure and big half orc, and he says, "Well, but you don't understand. The captain he'll find out and he'll kill us all if we leave." And Sheila actually runs out and runs to him and gives him a big hug. And she yells, "Oats!" And she gives this big burly oarsman a hug.
Now, I would love to know, are you the only people left here who are free thinking?
Alive.
Oh no! Oh, you mean the brainless ones, the ones that just
Yes, the sort of
talk?
zombie
Yeah,
people,
no,
yes.
they're around.
They were
too.
here when we got here. They were.
No,
Yeah.
but are you the only people here who are not that?
No, there's a few more with the captain,
Do you think that they stand any chance of leaving him, or are they best left behind?
Some of them don't. Throg, he's gonna do whatever the captain says.
yeah, Throg's a problem. He'll follow the captain no matter.
I suppose
not
my
really
question
strong.
is,
Seems
do
like
we
now
stand
is
a better
next
chance?
time to make a strategic exit.
Yes, I was going to say,
Alright,
do we stand a
let's-
best chance leaving all as a group or
Do we-
attacking?
I think so. I think I'm gonna turn to Sheila on this one and be like, Sheila, do you think and also to Oates, Sheila and Oates, and be like, do you think the captain would
Which is my
follow
favorite
us? Be
indie
able to?
folk band.
Yeah. Do you think the captain? Do you think the captain would follow us all the way? Do we have to take him out now, or maybe later?
I don't know. He's very exacting when it comes to his sense of justice. I don't think he would let anything go unpunished.
How fast is he?
And almost as if in response, hurtling down out of the sky is what can only be described as a horse-sized cat. It's bigger than any lion you've ever seen. It's actually like it's like Battle Cat essentially from He-Man, except a little bigger. It has wings, and astride it is this cloaked figure with a huge hammer, and this aura of radiance is spilling out from around him. Yeah.
More about the cat.
More about the cat.
Like what color is it? Like
It's
is it more?
okay. So it's got long floppy kind of hair. It's a mix of white and like a tan kind of accent colors to it. It's a beautiful animal, really gorgeous.
And it has wings.
It has wings.
Feathers? Or?
Yeah, those are actually no, they're fur covered wings. We'll say with like a downy kind of hair to them. It's somewhere similar to Falcor, that kind of thing. Except instead of doggy, it's like a cat.
Okay.
There's no saddle or anything like that. The rider is just astride it. He's got one hand kind of buried in its mane, and the other one is holding this tremendous hammer. And as he descends from the sky, you hear this bellowing command: "Stop where you are!"
Captain Delaney, I presume.
And he says, "It's Delaunay." And he lands down in the midst of you, And he says, visitors from the crown, I presume?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes, King Rufus sent us. King Rufus.
Very good.
The crown was
Very
concerned
good.
about you when they lost communication.
No need to be concerned. We have everything under control. I expect our party from Agrithian to return soon. In the meantime, I've taken command of Tourmaline. Yes?
Can I pet your cat?
No. And he says, follow me. And he turns his cat and begins to walk back toward this large hall with a lady justice out in front of it with the scales.
I'm definitely gonna Riley's gonna touch whoever's closest to him and be like,
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna.
We actually were
no.
just popping in. But thank you so much for the invitation.
You see the half orc, the same half orc that you kind of saw in the arena. Big hulking guy kind of cross his arms and say, "Are you disobeying the captain's orders?"
Absolutely
I am
not.
obeying the king's orders.
You say that you serve the king, as do I. What's your name?
Sir Roderick Algernon of House Beswick.
Ah.
Of House Sodejo.
Oh, well, that is better.
Yeah.
Noble.
And I just all my blue blood yen for this.
I understand. And go ahead, give me a persuasion roll here, but this one's gonna be a disadvantage. You're getting in pretty deep here. No, with your plus 95, you should be all right there.
So that is an 18.
Okay. And he says, royalty, eh? Well, you respect the importance of order. You likely know that under a captain's command, the captain's word is the final authority. I wasn't asking you to come with me. I was telling you. Are you disobeying? And actually, at that moment, you feel a pressure inside your mind. There's nothing you can do to resist it. Unless you have...
I have resistance.
Wait, what is the warlock feature that lets you... You don't have the... There's a warlock feature that lets you only be communicated with psychically if you choose to be?
Yeah.
I don't think you
Yeah,
have that.
I don't think you have it.
No, that's a different...
That's a different
I and also all friendly creatures within 10 feet of me have resistance to damage from spells.
Okay, good to know. This doesn't seem to cause you any harm, and it's gone as quickly as it appeared. And he says...
Friends, let us talk inside the hall. There's no need for violence out here. We'll follow.
Yes.
The wise man.
Are you sure, Doctor?
Of course.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'm spending a lot of time inside. God, I really thought we were gonna be outside more.
So he once again stares hard at you, Roderick.
I have awakened mind.
I think that's it, right? What does it say? You can not be communicated with telepathically unless you
You
choose
can you can telepathically speak to any creature you can see within 30 feet of you if it understands at least one
Okay,
language.
that's not okay. That's not
Yeah,
okay.
it's different.
All right, so you're he looks hard at you, and he looks at the rest of you, and I say that
This is no good.
let's see, Nokta and Theod, you notice that he has a hint of a smile curving up to the side on one side of his mouth, and he says, "Come then, and we'll talk further." And Throg, you know what to do with our friend Sheila. And the half-orc rushes forward and grabs Sheila out of Oates' hands and binds her. He begins to tie her hands behind her back.
That hardly seems necessary.
I'll be the judge of what's necessary under my command.
Last I checked, this wasn't the master's blessing.
Friend, we'll speak inside. Let's
We'll speak
go.
inside.
Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Your
like,
commission
I don't
was the master's blessing, was it not?
I'm gonna give you one last chance to come on inside quietly before we have to take further steps here.
Let's go. We'll talk in there. There's no
Yeah,
need
man,
to speak
I'm
out
fine
here.
talking.
We can talk in there.
Nocta is our first. Nocta.
Nocta.
No, da.
What are you
All right,
doing?
so what do you do?
Doctor, are you sure?
Lead the
Yeah.
way.
Can I? Oh, awaken mind. So to
Oh, you
Nocta,
can
um,
telepathically, yeah.
this man murdered dozens of tieflings. I don't think we want to go in there.
Do I get to speak back?
Yes.
Sneak attack, let him turn around, I say. Sorry, accent. Sneak attack, let him turn around.
Fine. So we let him turn around.
He does indeed turn around, and he starts on the back of his giant cat. He starts walking toward the hall. And what do you do?
I'm going to attempt pack tactics, which gives me advantage, which can make it a sneak attack.
All right, so we're going to roll initiative when we get back, but first we're going to cut away from this as our scene fades to black.
Okay.
And we'll pick it back up next time.
We have to wait 2 weeks for
I know,
this?
can you believe that?
Are all of our characters gonna die before the season?
Yeah, you should try to put him in a force cage. That's how you do it.
How are we going to resolve all this in one episode?
It's good one.
You're just gonna have to tune in and find out.
Yeah.
So tune in for episode 8, the end of season 1 of Difficult Terrain. Thank you again to 20-Sided Store for having us, for Victoria's, Artisan Dice, and of course Hiram Becker and Dave Haskell. And tune
And my
next
mom.
episode.
And my
And
mom.
of course,
Yeah.
of course, Holly can create our title sponsor, Adam's Mom.
Adam's
Use the
Mom.
discount code.
Got
Not
it
my
going
mom, but
on.
Adam's Mom at any Adam's Mom locations.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, look at that transition. That is
Yeah.
beautiful. Wow. It's like Star Wars.
Yeah.
So, Maximilian, what do you think of the episode?
No, as I said at the top, this is my, and I've been saying this for weeks, this is my favorite episode of the season. Episode 8 has the best ending and also one of the best action sequences, but like, I love this episode because it's when we as a cast finally like got on each other's rhythms, and
Yeah.
like, because it's like usually when you're playing D&D, you're playing with people for years and they're already people that you
Yeah.
know, and we didn't really know each other that well, and this is like 6 into 7 was when we finally started to like find our little family vibe.
You're so excited. You spilled water all over yourself.
No, someone did redeem their bits in the chat and said to roll for it, and I was drinking water, and the channel said that I did not succeed on my water drinking, and
Well.
so this happened.
There it is, folks. That's commitment right there.
Yeah.
That's the kind of quality interactive content you can expect from 20-Sided TV and Difficult Terrain. We're very proud.
Just my shorts right now because I'm sitting down are just like
Oof.
soaking wet right now.
Oof.
But worth it for our fans.
Yay. Hey, anything for the fans. Well, this was a fun one. I really had a lot of fun watching this, and thank you everyone for tuning in. I don't know if I can even see if we have questions, but if you have a question, feel free to ask it.
Yeah, now's a great time for questions.
Lauren will probably tell us because we're too lazy to actually look.
Oh no,
but-
I have the thing there. It doesn't look like we have any though.
That's good because I didn't want to answer it anyway. Max, what do you got going on these days?
Well, now that we're in between seasons, company. I mean, it's quarantine, so our company hasn't really been filming that much. We have a podcast coming up soon. That is NPR for superheroes. It's called Superhuman Public Radio. You can find it at superhumanpublicradio.org. It's 12 episodes. We have 124 different parts over the course of the season. So logistically, it's a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but it's great. And Danielle and Soren and Carla all will have little parts in it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. This is cross promotion. Why didn't you tell me this stuff? You gotta tell me. Yeah, you haven't seen the
So we haven't. It's not out yet, but it will be out end of September.
Okay.
And the website is up-ish. It's superhumanpublicradio.org. And I try to get Hans, but he's a hard man to get hold of.
He is elusive.
He is. And, that's part of his charm.
Oh, of course. So next week, episode 8 is the final, the ultimate episode of the season. What's gonna happen?
I know because I was there, but who knows?
I legitimately don't know. I don't remember.
Oh no, it's great. It's like the best fight sequence, just like across the board. And the Wandertraps get into trouble. Imagine that.
Yeah.
And then you and Tom have a really epic cliffhangery season finale.
Oh, spoiler! There's a cliffhanger. We're trying to make a season 2.
What? That's crazy. It's just nuts.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Maximilian, for joining me, and thank you all for watching. Thank you to Lauren at 20-Sided TV. You rock. You're amazing. Thank you so much for helping us. And everybody else, we will see you again next Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Please join us. Maximilian.
Yeah, sorry. And just if anyone has any D&D content like this that they want like post-production stuff on, I have so many templates now. You know?
He's got it. He can do it for you.
Yeah,
look at what he did. Look at this show. It's great.
Look
He
at
can
that
do
intro.
this.
You can have an intro. Whatever.
Yeah, man. It's so much fun.
But cross-promote,
definitely.
like, send
Yes.
this way.
Hit him up. Absolutely. And you can actually find him. Our Twitter account follows him. It's just on Twitter at Mr. Max Clark. Hire this guy. Get him working for you because he's the bomb and a wonderful performer as well. So thank you all for joining us, and we love you. This was great. We're gonna raid now. We're going to How I Nerd. That's where we're raiding.
Let's raid it.
So we're gonna raid.
Oh man.
We're gonna
Let's
raid
do it.
against the machine. No.
Oh man. Yeah. Raid.
Oh my God, he's got a hammer.
Raid.
2 hammers. He's got a gavel and a hammer.
Yeah. It was the nearest thing I had. Anyways, we're doing this. I'm so excited.
Did we do it? I don't. Has it
Yeah,
happened?
let's do it.
Oh, so we're vamping. I like it.
Goodbye.
Oh,
everyone.
all right. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah. See you next week.